You're coming in late. Chanel West Coast is a dude.
Yeah.
Hung like a champ, this girl.
Whatever. It's 2020. We're fine with it.
I didn't see the.
Nobody said we weren't
source.
fine with it. It's just
Chat.
that.
All my people in the chat.
Okay, everybody.
Are we good? Can you hear us?
Can you hear us now? Okay, hold on. I'm waiting. So they're watching me get around now.
Can you hear us in the chat?
Do you want
Thanks,
to
Rob.
hear us?
Do you hear us in the chat? Matt asked me to ask everybody.
Okay, I made it. I got it. All right. Dude. So, welcome everybody. Welcome to Awesome Talk. All right then. Welcome everybody. And if let me tell you something. If you're in the watch party, go on over to the Facebook page and join that instead.
Then why even have it?
I'll explain the science
To
later. Okay, it's
expand
above your head.
on
This
right
sounds
now.
more
It's
like
going over your head.
This sounds more like pseudoscience.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Sounds
Anyway,
like you listen to a preacher on the YouTube.
welcome to
Just
Awesome
like you
Talk,
now.
Season 12, Episode 8.
It's a flat Earth situation.
We're not getting flat
God
Earth
damn
now.
it.
February 4th, 2020. Welcome to Awesome Talk.
Hi.
Hey.
All right, that was good. That was a good start. Welcome to Awesome Talk, everybody. I want to say hello to the people in the chat. What's up, John in the chat? Rose is in the chat. Robert is in the chat. Jordan Royale is in the chat. And what is going on, you guys? This is awesome. All right, and those people who are watching in the watch party, like I said, I see John Haddad there. My mom is in the watch party. Hi, Mom. We have such a great show for you tonight, man. This is going to be, it's already fucking great. Like, I don't know if you even noticed, but the first thing you probably heard was Rob Marchie saying that Chanel West Coast was a dude.
And I was not implying that. That was a. That
That
go
was
ahead.
a flat out
Go ahead.
statement.
Dude, I
no
don't even know
implications.
anymore.
What do you mean you don't know anymore?
It could be a rumor. Who knows?
Yeah.
Is Chanel West Coast
Cite your
a
source.
male?
Yeah.
I heard a lot of people talking about
Fingers
Who
crossed.
are the people?
Yeah.
Who are the lots of
Was it
people?
TMZ? I only
Did you
trust
walk
TMZ.
into a room
Yeah.
full of people?
Not like
who
a
were
news
like,
outlet that was like, hey, Chanel West Coast is a fucking dude.
I don't think
You know,
anybody with male chromosomes laughs like that. I don't think it's possible.
I think that your imagination is getting very small right now, man. I think it's totally possible.
No.
Absolutely. What is
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, it's definitely possible, but likely.
You know.
possible but not likely?
You had
There's
conviction.
7 billion people on the planet.
Even
Everything's
like
likely.
people started doing it at like
convicted, yes.
13, you know?
I
You can't
think-
fucking...
All right, listen,
Could be true.
everybody. I want to welcome our special guest tonight. Musician extraordinaire Skelly has joined us this evening. Welcome to the show. Thank you. So before we get started, and there's so many fucked up things to talk about, because so many fucked up things have happened since the last time we had this show 2 weeks ago. It's like a whole fucking year has gone by. We're going to do a quick
January
around the
felt
bar.
So long.
Oh my god, January felt like it was 100 years, dude. What's up, Scott? January felt like it was a fucking 100 years, man.
Minkus from Boy Meets World.
I didn't hear that one. I didn't hear that one.
So I'm your host, I'm Rick.
Who is Minkus?
I don't know who Minkus. I don't know Boy Meets World.
I'm Rob. I sit next to Rick.
There's only one character I know from Boy Meets World.
Is it the kid with the hair?
No, it's the
What?
chick.
Okay.
We're doing that thing we don't
Yeah,
do.
exactly.
anymore.
You're around the
That's
bar.
what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
yeah.
Or we're just saying our names.
You say your name and
Rick's
something
taking
about
control
yourself,
again.
yeah.
Well, except for say something about yourself.
I did say something about myself.
Did you?
I said I was the host.
Oh, yeah.
You can't keep using that bullshit. That's such an excuse to not have to say anything.
Fine. I'm Rick,
And if the bear.
and I have no interesting personality traits.
Thank you.
I don't know what else.
Thank you for owning
So-
that for once.
Yeah.
He joined the Stones train tonight.
That was a predated conversation where
Don't be jelly. Don't be jelly. Right?
it's for my lack of personality.
He co-signed that real quick.
Now you go.
I went already.
You have to say something interesting about yourself. So I said so.
I'm Rob, and I have interesting things about me that I
Can I keep it
wish
mysterious?
not to share with anyone.
Okay. It's probably for the better.
Yeah.
Huh, so it's all hearsay.
I'd like
Yeah.
to stay employed. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
I'm Pat.
Way to bring us down.
That was
Christ, man, really
It seems
sunk
like a
the room.
downhill
No,
slide.
I was trying to think of like what do any of us do like that's special.
We're
lately?
useless. We're useless piles of nothing.
Yeah.
blowing
I
in
think
the
that all of
wind.
us have really, really interesting lives with really, really interesting traits. It's
Maybe we
really,
just
I
don't
think we're
think it.
surrounded by a bunch of humble people who are like, I don't
It's-
do shit.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
think
I
this-
saved
that's
a
what
mouse
this is?
the other
This is
day.
humbleness?
There you go.
Dude, you
Are we all
think
being
really
humble?
Is there
highly
still
of us.
wait?
Thank
Is there?
you.
Hold on. Is there still no lens in your glasses? But But you added a weird.
No, the wire was there to hold in the lens if I ever put it back in.
It looks like it's just fish line that you put in there.
So the reason why
So he's
I
only
have
half
one
seen
lens
tonight.
is because only one of my eyes is fucking bad.
Yeah.
So when I put this in,
It's not a look.
when you start looking at it now, it's like you didn't realize it, right? But like,
did I blow your mind?
Did you notice that one eye doesn't have a reflection in front of it?
Yeah, right. My one eye's
mind
matte,
at
the
least.
other one's
Glossy.
glossy.
who are you,
Google
sir?
Lens
Yeah.
or something.
I'm Skelly, and I'm very happy to be here.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for being here.
Yeah. So for one episode, he introduced the guests and then told everybody about the guests. So I guess that's changed again. He can't seem to land on anything. I've got him in this confused
Yeah.
treadmill.
Just so you know,
at the
Sarah,
moment.
he's making a pencil
This
now.
is
Not me.
the most painful part of the
Treadmill
show,
and shit
hands
with the
down,
dude,
every
yeah.
time.
But so I'm Stones, and before the mood was, the mood was brought back up. But before the mood was brought down, I was thinking about, this this British thing where this dude went on like a mass killing spree, and I got a quote
That's
from
not
it.
just British.
I got a quote from it that I wanted to use tonight, and I thought it was so British. I was like, I'm gonna use it. It was. We all sat down together and had a good chin wag, and I was like, I'm gonna have a good chin wag.
Wow. Wow.
That's what I'm doing.
That's
tonight.
British.
You said you were going to say something interesting about ourselves.
Listen,
That
I
was
think what
Stones'
he just said more about him than he even realizes.
I'm going to tell you guys a true story, and it's very quick. One time on the show, everybody got really drunk, and we asked if you could be crossed with a kind of animal, what animal would you be crossed with? And Stone said, well, I'd be part robot.
That says a lot.
Do you understand now?
That's Sarah.
Okay, thank you. He doesn't know how to follow a path.
Ah.
What the
Wait,
fuck
was
was
that
that?
I think they make
It's
animal
official enough,
robots.
isn't it?
Tell us something interesting about yourself.
Who's they?
In British,
Who's they? Who's making
The
these
only thing that
animal
would have been
robots?
better is if he said he wanted to be
shit
crossed
out
with a
of
Roomba.
Yeah, right.
Out of
Go,
context,
anyway, go. Let's
Chinwag
finish
doesn't
this.
sound
Go ahead.
good.
I'm Sarah, and
Yeah, see, no one
I
knows.
almost died a week ago.
That's true. Yeah.
That's true.
All right.
Congratulations.
Just
Yeah,
for
not
later, I
dying.
will give
Yeah.
him a heart attack because of it.
Yeah. Still mine.
She has a Romeo lease on life.
I'm Matt, and I had peanut butter and jelly on wheat for lunch today.
Okay.
Super interesting.
Did you take a picture of
It
it?
was little. I think I had a good.
Mind fucking blown, dude. Just mind altering.
Okay.
That's
So.
humbleness.
So.
You're the
I'll,
interesting guy who has interesting things that you're not gonna.
No, I've got interesting things.
You
I
got
wanna
the
say-
suit on. You have interesting things to say. You're just
only
not saying
people in
it.
suits have interesting things to say.
He's holding back right
People that have one lens in their fucking glasses and fishing line connected to the other side, almost fashioned to match the other side. That's someone interesting. That's
Thank
someone
you.
who's got
Thank
bodies
you.
hidden
I
somewhere.
appreciate that. I appreciate.
Bodies hidden
Well, I
somewhere.
mean, not
now.
the, maybe not the last part,
behind
but
that fake wall right there.
But the interesting
right
part-
here. There's a head back.
that's
there.
what this brick paneling is all about.
Right.
So I want to say hello to Rob in the chat. Chance is in the chat. Jessica is in the chat. What's up, you guys? So let's talk about. I couldn't figure out which inflammatory topic to start out with tonight. Do I start out
Rick
with the?
Moranis one?
Do I start with the Rick Moranis thing, which is a little more lighthearted? Do we talk about the DNC cheating again? Do we talk
That's
about
extreme.
do we talk about the Super Bowl thing? Do we talk now? The Super Bowl thing is only interests me because while people are getting mad about what happened at the halftime show, I'm a little bit
What
more
happened?
disturbed.
Like it was so different than any
I'm a
other
little bit
fucking
more
halftime
disturbed
show.
didn't fucking
that
watch
CBS
Knocked out the marijuana
banned the
commercial.
marijuana commercial and that people aren't boycotting CBS for that shit.
What would you have to
But
do?
is that on the record? Is it?
Yeah,
Is
like,
it?
what
Is it
constitutes
there that
banning?
it? I mean, because I'm sure there's a lot of like commercials that hit the cutting room floor.
Right.
Did that? Is it verified
they like
that
a-
they were like, no, we're not putting...
Days before, there were articles coming out about how this was going to be the first pro-marijuana commercial
They did
ever
that last
aired.
time
So they
too.
knew.
They did it last year.
I don't remember what happened. I don't often pay attention to it. I just paid attention to it
What
this
would
time.
you have
because-
to give up? I mean, for people that actually watch TV, what would they have to give up to boycott CBS? Like, what does CBS have that you like?
It's a major
Sports.
broadcasting network.
Sports.
They have
Sports,
old.
that's
They
it?
have
News.
old money.
Old,
So, like, do they have
Very-
TV
that's a good way to put it.
shows? Are there
Old money. You're not
popular
putting them
TV
down.
shows that people like on CBS?
I think if people boycotted CBS would start another station called
CBS 2?
CBS
Plus.
and they would watch the shit no matter
They have
what.
their own news channel too, don't they?
I'm
Yeah.
sure there was a bean
no.
counter that figured out that they were gonna have more damage from the backlash than they were ever gonna get out of them for the one commercial spot.
I
And
think that they
financially,
think
were
that
like,
that's what
fuck
it is, but they're wrong.
But
As
that's
per
but if you were
usual.
if you were to sit in front of a public court or any type of court, I would think that would be your defense
Right.
along those lines.
Maybe they just
With
didn't
the
wanna go
loud
from, like, a kid
minority of
having a
people?
seizure to asses shaking, you know.
Right.
That's a stark contrast. You don't want to.
Yeah, sure.
You can confuse people.
Right, yeah, you don't want that.
What are they losing?
The prison money.
Private,
talking about?
Yeah, that's
the
a
only
good
answer
yeah.
right there.
It is the only answer. That's right. That's right, man.
I
Pharmaceutical
mean, there's an
company
interesting
money.
segue to what's banned.
Yep.
The outrage
money.
over that stupid
Exactly.
fucking
How many
halftime show
drug
was
ads were on
absurd.
the same
Yeah.
Super Bowl? There's your answer.
Yeah.
That's
They're
your
allowed
answer.
to.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can put Coca-Cola up there. It's not a problem.
I wouldn't be surprised if a pharmaceutical company paid a CBS to not play it.
That's
Dude, that's exactly
what the
probably
fuck
what the fuck happened, dude.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's America. That's
Listen,
being a
there is-
I had an
there is a
opportunity to
group-
make money. I'm
Look.
responsible for my shareholders make money. So
There's a
money,
group of
fucking
drug
awesome.
pushers
Like, that's it.
that run the world.
Yeah.
Okay? And that drug comes in the form of sugar and fried fucking food and cigarettes and all kinds of shit like that. And then you have a whole other it's almost like you have the regular versus the holistic. And the holistic's got all these fucking benefits and no one's fucking paying attention to. And these guys are crushing them.
But
I used-
with their wallets, yeah.
I used to say,
But
and,
how
and
good
I don't
is
know
a piece of fried chicken that's been rolled in sugar and then wrapped in a cigarette?
Terrible. That's a terrible idea.
Have you ever tried such a thing?
What's
It
up,
sounds
Jeff?
great.
What's up, Scott? I think Facebook banned the images of J-Lo and Shakira. Think they throw a red flag. Facebook banned images of J-Lo and
Listen,
Shakira.
if you want to do that, fine. But why are the cheerleaders still
I've had
shown?
I've had
Yeah.
Why
Facebook
that?
ban
They're just as
block
they're
of
just
two
as
grandmothers
naked. I don't
making
even
a pie.
understand the fucking issue here,
The whole
man.
thing is fucking dumb.
Like, what
It's
about
dumb.
Lady Gaga's performance? What about
Their
every
algorithm
other
sucks.
Listen,
performance
the same people that want that shit banned and don't want to see it at the Super Bowl are the same people that are like, all the snowflakes out there saying all
Yeah.
the shit they want, and you're like, what are you talking about, man? It's like selective memory.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I just see people like, oh, it's a family. It's supposed to be family friendly. It's like, first of all, since when? And secondly, if it was that family friendly, why aren't you guys upset about the fact that there's a bunch of fucking cheerleaders that are wearing the equivalent of like a rag worth of fabric?
That's the
Like,
way we
what-
did it.
Well, that's the way it's been for years, so it's okay.
That's why it's been forever, so that's okay.
John Walsh, what's the South got to do? Oh, Bojangles Bojangles trademark is fried chicken rolled in cigarettes. It's a Waffle House Supreme, man. With little home fries on the side.
Yeah, man.
That's
It's
the
just
secret menu.
Yeah.
It's just more
it's just another reminder to me of how much people in this country have all their attention fucking perpetually passionately geared in the stupidest or most wrong direction.
Selective memory, man. It's
Selective
Hypocrisy.
outrage.
It's all that shit.
yeah.
But why select that over this? Like, be mad that like this medicine is being fucking suppressed. Don't be mad that two women shook their asses on fucking TV. Like, I just don't.
I didn't see it. I don't want to see it.
Well, because if they hadn't
You know what,
smoked,
man? Here's
listen,
the
if they
thing.
hadn't smoked the marijuana, they wouldn't be on the stage shaking their asses like that.
God
That's the
damn
problem.
that devil's lettuce.
That's it.
That's what did it. That's what did it. Son of a
Damn.
bitch.
Gets them every time.
Injecting those marijuanas.
Yeah, you inject even one marijuana.
Dude, when the studies first popped up, before we knew that that they'd been hiding the information forever, like before that came out, I was like, oh fucking yeah. When people were like, oh, you shouldn't be putting your kids in football, I was like, ah, fucking whatever, man. Like, but they didn't know that was a that just started coming out that it was a thing,
What,
and
the
then
concussion?
yeah, and then to find out that they were hiding that information.
Wait,
for
but
fucking
can I
years,
say
like,
something now?
Antonio
the
Brown
hell?
is
Oh,
Medical
man, like,
marijuana
oh,
can
yo,
have those
And they're
How
like,
hard
oh,
is
we
it to
asked for
figure-
forgiveness.
listen.
It's just like, wait a minute,
Listen.
hold on. You put families and the entire public at risk by letting their children play in this fucking sport and not
But
releasing this information.
I agree with you.
You motherfuckers.
I
in that
agree with you,
sense, man.
but how
do
That's the
you-
most
how hard is
passionately
it?
serious I've ever seen you.
Yeah. Usually
How do
it's
you
like
not-
animals
You're
and
right.
robots are the same.
I've never seen you.
Stones, though.
I've never
Why
seen
isn't
you
this common
parentally be
sense,
like,
though?
my fucking kid.
Yeah, well, that's my point.
Why
Yeah.
isn't this common sense?
We
You
don't-
bang your head against enough things.
Yeah, you
you're
get
gonna
hurt.
a concussion.
But
I mean, every movie we've ever watched.
because
I
that's the way
disagree.
they did it when they were
I
kids.
disagree. I bang my head against fucking everything.
I do that every
Back
day.
when I was a kid, they just banged my head against the cement every day.
Stone's
I didn't
been
give
banging
a
his head
fuck.
against shit for years. Look at him. He's fine.
Yeah, he's
Hey.
total. Well,
Fine
fine.
in quotes.
Yeah. Got it.
Potato. That's where we're going with that.
Sure. Should be common
So-
sense, though. I mean,
What about?
Yeah, it should be common sense. I don't get it.
I don't
It's
know
like
why-
the smoking
I
thing.
don't know
like-
how they could even deny it to begin with. Like, how are you gonna say, "Oh no,
Yeah, this
banging
is-
your head against another
yeah,
dude at
this is
fucking
fine.
20 miles an hour"?
Yeah, run as
combined.
hard first, and also get super muscular and really fast into it. You know that doesn't increase the fucking impact at all.
Yeah,
or
lift
danger.
a bunch of weights every day of your life, and then run
Prepare
into this
to
dude.
brain damage,
Right.
and then not expect it to happen.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna happen.
Get
don't worry
World
about it.
War III ready and run head first into each other.
And then downplay it after it happens.
What could the problem possibly be?
That's like having a duel
Health
and being like, "I
benefits.
can't believe I got shot."
You'll have to give him health benefits.
Dude, we just started watching that documentary about who's the football player that killed his girlfriend or killed his wife, the guy who hanged himself in prison.
Michael something.
Oh, Aaron Hernandez.
Yes, Aaron Hernandez.
He
man.
killed,
yeah,
but
yeah.
he killed
And
people
I-
he's in a drug trade with.
Yeah, but they were saying in that documentary. I mean, we saw that like early on, they would say he had brain damage. He had
Yeah,
something
like they
like
saw it
34
coming. Like, everybody
concussions
saw
or
it
something.
coming.
And it's like,
Never knew it was
dude,
gonna happen.
do you understand? I worked with
They were
this
all
kid
sounding
once.
the alarm bells.
I worked
and,
this kid
and
once.
everyone was just like, "Meh."
And
money.
he was 19. And he's
That needs to be a kid.
probably how
That needs to be a kid.
now that needs to
You're
be
on a roll tonight, dude.
But I worked with this kid once, and he was like, yeah, you just got to work with me. My memory's a little fucked up. And I'm like, why? And he goes, I've had 19 concussions. And I went, what? I go, how old are you?
Don't yell too much at him.
I know, right? And he goes, I'm
I
19.
just kicks it.
He goes, I'm 19. I was like, you're 19? You've had a concussion for every year you've been on Earth?
Right.
Holy shit.
19, he was
and
only
he's just
And that's
like, well,
multiple in 1 year.
and he
It's
goes,
like
well, you know.
rings. It's like rings gonna tree trunk on his brain.
Yeah,
Probably.
right. And he's like, well, I love to box.
Yeah.
I was like, I love boxing. I'm a Golden Gloves winner. I'm like, dude, you're gonna be like eating applesauce through a straw in a year, dude. Like,
You're gonna
stop.
love baby food in a bit.
Yeah, man.
like, what's
oh my
gonna
god,
happen?
dude. And like, nobody's stepping in. Nobody's intervening. Like,
Right.
oh, this young dude is just bashing his skull.
Like maybe
You
you're
like
just
that,
not
No,
that
right?
good.
no, because one
Like, maybe
day
you shouldn't
he
be
may be
doing
the next
this.
best thing that gets his his parents out of debt, and will he'll
Painful.
live vicariously
He just won't know
through
what
it
his
until
name
they
is.
hit the fucking lottery.
Yeah. Painful.
Famous.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, they want to hit the.
Yeah.
My kid's great.
Somebody kept amping him up, saying, "Oh, you're
You're
gonna
gonna
get
make-
better.
you're getting there,
You'll
yeah.
get there."
You're gonna get better.
And
The
watching
more
him
brain
get knocked
Get out of
out
the
over
hospital,
and over
man. He's like,
again.
gonna
I'm
be
just
fine.
looking at it
We'll
through
get
my
you back
mind's
out
eye.
there.
Yeah.
Billy Bob. It's Billy Bob from.
Are you a
I'll be
football fan?
fine.
Yeah.
Now, knowing what you know, right now, the current situation, if you had a son, would you be happy for him to start football?
No, absolutely not. I'm sorry. we were talking that.
God damn it, Stones. Not only would my kid be in football, he played football 9 days a week, and he would kick
That
arse.
motherfucker would get a concussion every
I-
fucking
No,
week.
he
Like
wouldn't.
a man!
Yeah, what's your number?
He would
What's your
fucking
number?
give.
How many concussions is okay?
He would give. He gives the
know.
concussions. That's the thing. He goes out,
Let me know
and
the
my
number.
boy goes out and,
And then-
gives
Rob,
concussions.
I want to
That
talk to you
means
about a
one, I
little
hope
something
one.
called toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
And that is where we are right now.
I would allow my son to, if he wanted to, play football. Would I encourage him to play football? No. I would let him know that, with my knowledge
You would let him know the
of
dangers.
watching the sport,
Yeah.
that I don't think it's in his best interest to do it. I'm not going to control him to say,
Unless you're a
definitely
unless
not
you're like a
playing.
phenom,
You know what I'll
don't
do?
fucking
I'll let him go
through it.
out.
Right.
I'll let him get hit once.
Right.
And then go, how'd that feel?
Yeah, right.
9 times out of 10, the people that stay in that shit,
Yeah.
their parents encourage them to get back the fuck up and get back out there.
Yeah,
and do
that's the
that
dads
shit.
out there going, get up, pussy!
Yeah.
Yeah,
And what happens when you break your leg one time? Your career is over.
No, you're good.
that's right.
Stem cells.
Stem cells,
Send them
oh,
to
yeah,
Europe.
yeah.
You're good.
We're not there yet.
Just
Fif-
freeze
50's
the
a lot
leg.
further
We'll
away when
never
you're 20.
be there.
For
That's
sure.
Europe. We don't do
50
shit
is
like
Here's
a
the
lot
that.
thing.
further away
Here's
than
how
20.
stem cells go, all right? you get right up to the edge of them being helpful, and then a conservative takes over, and then it falls back 2 steps. And then you get right up to the edge again, and a conservative takes over.
Why is it always conservatives?
I don't know, because they're dragging a lot of religious stuff in.
You gotta cite a link on this, man. I gotta see the timing on a graph or some shit.
I don't need a link. I lived it, motherfucker. I don't need a link.
I'm just saying.
I seen it.
I've seen it. I seen it. But, you know, to be fair, I don't really remember Barack Obama pushing it very hard or anything, so...
Wasn't in the forefront.
nobody's
Not a
going
fan of
to.
him either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we got to the point where we were caring about possibly important shit, and then a bunch of dumb shit happened. We're like, oh no, we have to go back to caring about this now.
They don't
Fucking
want to cure
goddamn
us.
it.
of course not.
You know, like,
Do you know what cures mean?
Yeah, no money.
It means a lack of
oh,
a
I need
revenue
a paper.
stream.
I need a paper towel for this. If you're gonna give me one of these. There's apparently these are.
Yeah, there's a clause that comes
these
with the
are-
Stella Artois
yeah,
if you
they're,
have one.
they're,
They sat in a cooler last week, so they're a little rust formed at the base of
They
the
don't
cap.
stink though.
So I want to make sure that nobody gets that in their mouth. But they're
But there is some rust.
they're sealed, so there's
I
nothing.
said a little tetanus never hurt anybody. But
And he's right.
yeah, I already wiped my ear. Appreciate it.
Hey, so
Hey,
hey, what's up? Jared's in the chat. What's going on, man? John Walsh in the chat.
Jared.
God, there's more people in this one too. Stem cell.
Oh, people
What's
are
up, Tom
commenting in there?
Dente?
What the hell's going on?
What's up, man? What's up, guys? What's up, Janine? Hey, hi from my bus in Lakewood. So this woman's driving a bus in Lakewood right now, and she's watching the fucking show, dude.
Is there a bottle opener anywhere?
Use your teeth,
Yeah.
soft motherfucker.
So
Called you the fuck out, dude. That's where the tetanus is. He can't use his teeth.
Right.
yeah, right.
Or all
Well,
teeth.
you were the one that was all tetanus. Fuck
I'm
it.
all down.
I love tetanus.
You were the one that was all tetanus.
If I
Lick it.
start, if
Lick
I
it.
start chewing the bottle caps off with my teeth,
Soft motherfucker.
I might have tetanus. Be concerned.
What a soft bitch. Next time, bite the whole top of the fucking beer off.
Now, Rob Marchi, I know that
Chanel
you're.
West Coast bites the fucking caps off the bottles.
That's because she's a real
and
fucking
then she
man.
breaks the bottles over her balls.
Walk it the fuck off. Now I know that you're into the whole toxic masculinity thing, but what are you drinking? What is that?
Because I watch football.
Brewberry?
Yeah, this is.
I used to watch football.
This is an imperial stout with
Don't let
blueberry
her
and
drink
coffee.
that shit.
She's smelling it.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to taste some of it?
Yeah. Can I
What are you
trust
gonna
your
talk
mouth?
about? End up the talk? No, probably not. You can't.
Does
We're
it
live, right?
Motherfucking
You know
seriously.
that. Here.
All right, here we go.
Toxic masculinity. What? What the hell is that you're looking at?
I was just fucking with you.
Oh,
I'm moving to the next story.
yeah. What's up?
Moving on.
So, there was an article that came out the other day, and the quote from the article that they put up was, sorry, I'm a little shaky from the surgery. He shattered my mandible. I had to have my retinas reattached. I've had 2 surgeries so
Whoa.
far. He actually took a chunk out of my knee from where he bit me. How a Pekin, I think that's the name of the town, woman says her nightmare continued long after she was assaulted when a judge sentenced her ex to probation not once but twice. Her full story and a look at the local sentencing. I really appreciated that they posted a picture of the guy in the article too, because I know that these days.
Dude, it doesn't get viewed enough. I mean, that's the problem with something like that. It just kind of gets fucking.
But they show pictures of her and her face is destroyed, dude. And
yeah.
probation for that?
Yeah.
Reattached retinas?
So
Where was this?
I want to say something to some of my friends who are people who are watching too, who tend to be who no offense, but tend to be more conservative leaning.
Hold on.
When
When
I
I
talk to-
segue to this
Yeah, man.
conservatives,
Keep
that
up.
is-
from toxic masculinity and
Well, that's
No,
some pretty
no, that
toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
It's about the most
proposed
toxic.
towards me, and then cross-associated it with an article like this.
I'm not even sure that I knew this was the next article.
I'm
when
done
I said
for the
that.
show. I'm done for the show.
Gonna have to regime
Definitely
that.
has a concussion.
Can I
so
trust
that's
your
just
mouth?
not running
Well, she
for
got a
Toxic
concussion. So
masculinity.
let's get
Here's a
into
story
this.
about somebody
Yeah.
that beat up a woman. That's
You say
all right.
concussions are all right. I don't necessarily.
For the record, I don't believe that concussions are all right. For the record, I don't believe detaching retinas from people are right. I don't, like, sweet Jesus.
What's up, Alexandra? What's up, Greg? How's it going, man? But anyway, so they show her face, man, and she is just.
Where was this?
Tetanus, I hardly
This
know
was
her.
in Pekin. I'm not sure where the fuck that is. I'm gonna try to find out.
I'm not sure either, but that those pictures are terrible.
They're terrible, man. And the idea that the guy got
So, that reminds me of that who was the porn star that got beat up by the UFC fighter? Remember when War Machine
was his name. Mac.
Christy Mack.
Christy Mack, yeah. And I felt terrible for her because when they did an interview with her after they reconstructed her face, which they did a pretty good job.
Right.
They reconstructed her face and she said, "What kills me now is I look in the mirror and that's not me. I don't recognize myself anymore."
Yeah.
And like, what a horrifying fucking thing to go through. Now that motherfucker's in prison.
Good.
But
why
he also,
not that guy?
Well, he also killed somebody, I think, in that fight because she was with somebody else, and I think he beat that guy to death, and then he intended to beat her to death.
It sounds like a local kind of like somebody knows somebody in the police force, and they let this guy get off easy. They
This
knew,
guy, you
they
mean,
knew
that we're
the
talking-
judge.
This
They
guy.
had to, yeah.
I
This
guess
happens
that's
all the
something-
fucking time. Like this is.
Yeah, I don't even think
this
it's
isn't
necessarily
even
knowing.
a special story. This
I mean,
happens
this
all the
is
time.
going
But
the
that's
right
why I
person
brought
to
it up,
pay
man.
money to.
I brought it up
Yeah.
You know,
because
that's what this more.
That's
because
weird.
that's the thing. That's the more easy avenue.
What do you mean?
Just knowing somebody to pay the money to, really.
Yeah. But that was my bigger point why I brought this story up too, is that it is something that happens all the time. So we've had arguments on the show and different guests with different social and political views, and some have said, we've had people on the show said, women have a reason to be scared no matter what man they're in the presence of, and
It's super
I have
common.
friends,
Yeah,
no
women
offense to
getting
them, who are
beaten up, it's like a
conservative
super
leaning,
common
who
thing.
think that ideology is kind of ridiculous. And when I look at shit like this and I go, yeah, but
It's insane. The numbers.
but the fact that
Numbers
this
are
guy
crazy.
could just get probation 2 times
Right.
is kind of saying that like there's a freedom.
It's just okay to do this.
Right, exactly.
But it's a
there's a
numbers
statistical
thing, that's
difference
it. Mm.
between women and
It.
men being taken seriously by their doctors. Like
Yeah.
women statistically do not get taken seriously by male doctors when they say that something is painful, that something is wrong with them. They are usually thought of as being overly hysterical. And
I don't know if
instead
doctors
of
are
male
still
patients.
using the
Like,
term
there's
hysterical.
actually numbers on this, okay? So, like,
Let's just say that.
women live in a world where they're constantly pushed as being overly emotional, hysterical, they're exaggerating. And what does that do in a situation where you're in front of a courtroom and you're like, you don't understand, this guy's gonna hurt me, he's hurt me before. You're hysterical, you're emotional, especially when the guy walks in all fucking smooth and calm.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the way it works. That's the fucking world we live in. This shit happens every goddamn day. Like, and I'm sorry I'm gonna piss everyone off now, but this is why we have journalists getting fired for just fucking mentioning that Kobe Bryant was a fucking rapist.
Yeah.
Like, think of how the fucking rape victim felt about that shit.
Yeah.
That is pretty insane that's how that fucking went down. I mean, not for
You
nothing.
can't
were
even
talking about-
say the truth about a person
You were talking
because
about
he was
boycotting
dead?
CBS because of
No, 'cause
fucking
he's a basketball
because
player.
of
I had
them
some
banning the
friends get on me
marijuana
about it. I'm
commercial.
like, dude,
but
fuck
I
off,
mean,
he's a rapist. What the
what
fuck
the
are you
fuck?
defending
Like, I'm
him
not
for?
saying, like, yay, I'm happy anyone's
Like, stop.
dead.
It
I'm
just
saying,
looks
how
bad,
dare
you
you
know?
fire someone who's a
Right.
fucking journalist? It's
Right.
their job to
Right.
tell the
To
truth.
report
And you're
that side of
firing
it.
them for
Yeah.
mentioning something
because why?
that
Because
actually
you're supposed to idolize him
happened?
because he was
Yeah.
so good at sports.
Yeah, exactly.
Go
If he was
sports.
a rapist but not a basketball player, then everyone would be like, oh, fuck that guy.
Did you see that Go
Yeah.
Sports chick? She had like a sign that said Go Sports and upside down glasses during the Super Bowl. And she's
No.
like, Go Sports. Woo! Just being all fucking stupid. Yeah, it was like all over the place.
In the game, like while watching the sport.
I think it was outside of the game. Or
What's up,
in the
April?
parking lot or something.
Greg Benz. What does he say? Tetanus? I hardly know her. But yeah, so when it comes to Kobe, so my point of it was, I just don't think you get to do both. I don't think you get to be the person that goes online and starts railing and saying that you're all about the Me Too movement, and then when somebody mentions sort of a truth about somebody, you go, yo, respect the
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah, this
And
is,
it's like,
Or
whoa,
respect
whoa,
their family.
whoa,
Like,
whoa,
clearly,
like,
respect the
recently,
public. And it's just
like,
like, wait a minute.
Very
really?
recently, like a week ago, that actress, what's her name? Something Rachel Wood. What the fuck's her name?
Evan Rachel Wood?
Okay, she made a post on Twitter saying something like, it wasn't even remotely attacking. It was something like, Kobe Bryant, he did a lot for a lot of people. He was a great basketball player. A lot of people miss him. He was also a rapist.
Right.
She got attacked so fucking viciously, and she made another post about it, and she's like, I wasn't attacking anyone. I was just trying to acknowledge that there's victims out there right now who are feeling a certain way about the way he's being glorified. And it's important to acknowledge that they have feelings too.
Sure.
And still attack. And it's like, who the fuck are you? Like, why are we so okay with making someone a saint either because they were famous or because they're dead? Like, dude, when I'm dead, please say all this shitty shit about me.
The same motherfuckers that are like sitting there saying what you're saying are the same people that when Trump brought the Clinton fucking rape victims on, they're like, Bill Clinton fucking raped me. They were all sitting there going, oh shit. Same fucking thing. Fuck them.
If it's the truth, then it deserves to be fucking heard.
Yeah.
Period.
Exactly.
Right.
So as far as I'm concerned,
Cares if he died.
I'm not saying it erases anything good he did. I'm not
when
saying you can't like him. I'm saying you can't fucking fire people for saying that it happened.
And when it comes to a guy like Kobe Bryant, you're talking about somebody who's larger than life, and when it comes to a personality and money. Yeah. Okay, so maybe the guy was a good husband. Maybe he was a good father. Maybe he did pour money into his community and help people. Maybe he was a good role model if you ignore that little side there. But you do have that fucking little side there. So whatever part
Is it
you want
little?
to,
Is
whatever,
it little?
whatever. Or,
Right.
I didn't mean to say it was little, but you have that thing there that nobody wants to mention, is what I mean, right? So whatever the fuck you want to point, your finger at and celebrate, that's fine. But I think if somebody wants to point at the ugly, well, that was him too. So you get to do that.
Yeah.
I think famous people
nobody
are held
gets
to
to tell
that
you not to
standard.
do it.
I think
That's
famous
all.
people.
But don't
are
you
more,
think that, like,
famous
that's-
people are more commonly held to that standard
But
to,
you
to
don't
be
think
able
that
to see
that's
the other
everybody
side?
in death, though? Like,
No, because there's a lot of people that just there's families and
people
regiments
go to
that
local funerals and go, "You were a fucking scumbag." I mean, like,
I hope that happens at mine.
I don't think
It will happen.
Totally will,
I think it
dude.
happens across the
I really-
board.
that
The
sounds
amount
like
of
it'd be a
people I
more
know that have
interesting
died
funeral
that-
than the shit
I've been to
I've
funerals
fucking
before where I'm
been
like,
through.
I miss this guy. This guy was great, but I know what this person did to
Yeah, sure.
this person and this person and this person.
right.
And they're standing in the funeral home crying,
Yeah.
and you're like, this person was a complete utter bag of shit to
Right.
you as long as I've known the two of you together in any kind of capacity.
But I understood them.
But no one wants to talk about that.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
I think,
and in his rape was something that was
I mean, I guess.
dismissed. It was dismissed.
It
It
was
was
settled
something
out
that
of
was
court.
never
Yeah, that's because it
truly
was settled out of
proven.
court.
So
They're
it's
like,
settled out of
well,
court.
if people are like, well, if she took the money, well then that means she didn't really care about it that much, and
Or she didn't.
She shoulda-
or it didn't.
she
happen.
should have had him convicted, like,
Or it didn't fucking happen.
follow
That's-
through.
that's
They
the
made
thing,
him
is
have
it's-
punished, but
No
that-
one
but that's-
actually has.
at a certain point, if you throw enough money at somebody, they're gonna shut up.
I feel like
You know what I
one
mean?
person's traumatic experience should outweigh
Exactly.
one living person's traumatic experience should outweigh the dead guy's feelings.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like,
Sure.
Yeah, the dead
Sure.
guy doesn't even know what you're talking about.
right, like she's still alive, still dealing with it.
That dead guy
Right,
doesn't
right,
know what
right.
you're
And
talking about.
he's,
So
he's,
duh.
he's a lot of
His numbers and his
A lot of
sports
people.
stats
Yeah.
are never going to go anywhere. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
Like,
right. You
that's-
can't take
you're
that
not
away
gonna take
from
that
him.
away from him.
Yeah.
But there's other things to be discussed, right? People are not objective enough.
Or it just needs to be okay that they discuss it.
Right,
Like,
and
Yes,
people will
right.
never sit back, and sports fans will never go, yeah, well, what the rape have to do with Kobe Bryant? You're like, nothing. In your sphere, that's
yeah.
what
Right, in your sphere,
and that's
exactly.
not, you can't judge people's moral code because they're looking at it from a sports perspective. However, the overglorification of those things is when
Yeah.
you get into this gray area where it's like, can you just at least admit to me that maybe the guy wasn't a great person?
Yeah, like why
Sure.
can't we report this story too and just have all
No,
the
because then
stories
they're gonna
happen?
look.
They should
stupid
all happen.
that
But
they
what's-
defended the rapist.
Right, but this is,
You know what
this
I
is
mean? Like-
crazy about sports is that, like, you look at people like Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis fucking stabbed somebody in the goddamn chest. And
When did that happen?
1998 or some shit. I don't know.
Such a different time. It's
But-
totally cool to step people down.
But
Manson was
Super
doing it
Bowl
nightly.
champion has a job working on NFL Network, like,
Yeah.
is making millions of dollars
Right.
and is arguably one of the best linebackers to ever play football. No one wants to hear that when they see how great the person was for the sport.
Sure.
The NFL certainly doesn't want to
NFL
fucking
players
hear.
rape
The
and beat
NBA,
women all the time.
All
The
the time.
NBA doesn't want to hear
All
it
the time.
Yeah.
dude. There are
They're
basketball
like my
players.
millions will crush you.
Look at people like Magic Johnson. Look at people at like
Worst.
They prided themselves on sleeping with multiple women. That shit would
Sure.
not fly
Will
today.
Chamberlain
Like,
now.
or Will Chamberlain, who's like, I slept with over fucking 1,000 people.
Dude, what
And you're
about
like,
fucking Babe Ruth, man? Babe Ruth got
the
caught
guy
fucking
from
6
Kiss.
women in
Calm
a
it
fucking...
down. You calm it down. That is an American fucking icon.
That's the problem, dog.
That's a man that went out and hit home runs after smoking 5 cigars, eating
But here's
18
the-
hot dogs, fucking 3 prostitutes, and drank half a gallon of beer.
What's
and
up,
went out there and
Erica?
hit a home run.
And you wouldn't hit as far.
No
as today, though.
steroids.
No
Just
steroids. Yeah.
beer and hot dogs.
I know, man. Just beer and hot dogs. He also died when he was like 50. I mean, so you know, and you got
Never
motherfuckers.
forgotten.
You got motherfuckers like in the UFC
Never
till they're
forget.
50 now. You know, like it's not how it used to
50?
be.
There's people in the UFC till they're like 38.
Yeah. I don't know how old's Anderson Silva now. About 42.
Yeah, but
He's
he's
fighting?
he's hurt.
He's
man.
hurt. Yeah, it's true.
They're beat up, man.
But-
Those guys.
But the other thing too is it's like I think for even some of the most deplorable things that people do, there is some level of forgiveness that is attainable. If you take a guy like Mike Tyson, we were talking about Mike Tyson the other night. What Mike Tyson did was fucking horrifying. But we were talking
Which
about
part?
the
Just
rape.
the ear? Oh, the rape.
Just the ear. Leave Robin out of this. Had nothing to do with
Oh,
that.
the rape.
But we were talking. But we were talking the other night.
He said the ear.
We were talking the other night about if you go back to interviews from the 1980s and you look at who Mike Tyson was, you had a kid who is a rabid animal out of the fucking projects, and they threw money and panties at this fucking
Isn't
guy
that
like it
every
was their
kid in
job.
sports?
Hold on. No. Mike Tyson was a criminally insane animal. You watch interviews with him,
cheered it
you
on.
could tell that they liked him that way. They paid him to be that way. They pushed him to be that way, and he was that way. I do
like
feel
women-
like, and it's not my
just
place
settle out of
to
That was
have
Don King's thing.
So how much money can you get pushed on you before it's
Sensationalism.
okay to do that? He still
It's
has,
not
he
okay.
Still makes
It's not
decisions
okay.
for
He went to
himself.
prison. It's not okay. He
I
went to
would
prison,
say- I would say
but
to pay
hold on,
out-
let me finish. But when it comes to Mike Tyson, I think most people look at him, the way he behaves now, the way he is in public, the way he talks in interviews, and they say that's a reformed person.
Yes.
But they still have the
His
fucking
wife.
right.
Yeah,
Sure.
totally.
Who's
You know what I'm saying?
still
100%.
batshit.
dude,
Who could
crazy.
still
That's
kill
crazy,
you with
but
one
like-
hit?
Could still. Yeah, right,
But,
sure.
but
Just
he's
a normal
certainly-
person. If he
But-
hit you, you're probably dead.
Yeah.
Most people kind of like
broken
Mike
necks,
Tyson when they
jaw
see him.
dislocation.
Yeah, you don't even feel
I'd
it.
say that
he's
the
like,
average.
he's like come full circle.
He's
I'd
come
say the
full
average
circle,
settlement's around
and it's like
300,000 if I was
that's
to
not me
guess.
downplaying the victim either.
So that's-
because
Right.
whatever the
In
fuck
that
is going on
situation.
there, that's the most important thing, and I agree with
all
that.
right, so
Let's see-
then
what's
throw
the-
somebody out there like Michael Vick then.
What do you think the numbers are?
What do you
What do
say
you think
about
the settlement
that?
numbers
I
are?
don't like Michael Vick
Why?
because Michael.
You don't think he went to prison, served his sentence, reformed himself, and is...
I don't think Michael Vick gives one single fuck. And so this is the difference between Mike Tyson and Michael Vick.
Didn't he get
Mike
caught
Tyson
doing the
was the
same
animal.
shit as soon as he got out of jail or something?
Yeah. There you go. You're
I don't
right.
remember, but I remember they let him have a pet dog. And I remember that being a
because
completely
he-
insane thing.
Okay.
Here's what bothered me about Michael Vick. Michael Vick,
a politician's campaign fund $5,000 and
I don't think Michael
there
Vick
comes a
gave a
dog.
shit about what he did. I still
Really?
think I still don't think he gives a fuck about what he did. I don't think he cares. I don't. He doesn't seem even the slightest bit remorseful. He doesn't seem the slightest bit reformed. But Mike Tyson does to me. Mike Tyson preaches peace and love, and like you can accept it or not accept
What do you think
it.
a Mike
but
Tyson level rape settlement agreement is with the rape victim?
there wasn't a settlement. He went to prison.
I'm saying,
Oh, she
but
took
I'm
a
saying,
shitload
I'm
of
saying,
money,
like,
though.
like,
Robin Givens took a shitload.
Oh,
of
Robin Givens, but that wasn't Robin Givens who got raped. It was somebody who was running for Miss America.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
She divorced him or something.
She
Robin
divorced
Givens
him and
divorced
took
him
everything.
half his money. Or
Yeah,
three-quarters
more
of
than
his
half.
money.
She fucking destroyed
right? Yeah,
him.
but she was
Don King
married
took
to
the
him.
rest
I'm
and-
saying,
Probably.
what do you think?
The
What
state
do you
took
think?
the rest.
All right, somebody in Mike Tyson's income realm.
Right.
How much do you think it would cost a person in that
$30 million.
30 million?
Back
I was
then?
thinking 300,000.
Back
Oh,
then?
now or then? Yeah,
Back
yeah.
then,
I was thinking
probably
300,000 would make that go away.
I don't know, man.
I think.
Oh, make it go away. How do you
Yeah.
pay
Dude, I
somebody
don't know.
off?
How do you-
He was
right.
making way more than
Oh,
that.
what are you saying?
like what happened with Kobe Bryant? Not necessarily because it was.
It
settled
depends on
out
the
of court.
person. Some
But,
people
like,
won't take
you know,
any amount of money.
Like
Some
Michael
people just want
Jackson, I can
justice,
understand
dude.
millions. Mike
Some
Tyson,
people won't
especially
take
in
money
his
'cause
earlier
they want
days, like
justice.
Dude, yeah, but you're acting like there's a blanket fucking like there's a price on this. Some people
300,000 is
some
what I
people
would
don't
do.
have a price.
That's what I would say.
Some
You
people
can
don't
rate
have a
me for
price.
300,000. That's what Stones just said.
I think if somebody,
That's okay.
I think that under some
No, it's not
circumstances-
okay.
I think that under some
I won't be okay with
Oh,
it.
man,
not
I,
okay.
I don't even know.
not, but that's
under
what's
some
happening.
What do you got in
What's
line
happening?
for the second half
Some
of this
people,
show? Because
some
my
people
God.
won't look at you and say, you know what, Stones? It's okay that you assaulted me as
No.
long as you give me this amount.
No, I don't think that's how.
so.
I think there's something that's being completely disregarded here, which is the
you're
women
both
taking
being
the
forced into a
settlements
situation
are
that seems
basically being
uncomfortable.
attacked by a giant group of fans that want them to
mainly
shut
the
up,
That's right.
and they are just fucking desperate to go and hide for the rest of their fucking lives and have this case be over with, where nobody is on their fucking side. Everybody is on the side of the person who did the fucking assaulting, and all they want to do is fucking vanish for the rest of their fucking lives. They don't go out and get fucking famous.
Yeah, they're
they
not
take
happy
that
about
money
it.
because that's all they're gonna fucking get, and it's the tiniest way they can imagine that this asshole is gonna pay fucking at all for anything he's done.
Right.
It's like, I'm not gonna take a hit to your life. Everyone still fucking loves you, so I'll take a hit to your fucking. I'll give a hit to your wallet because that's the only other fucking thing I can possibly do.
But isn't
they're
that
not going
insane
to a fucking
that no
ball
matter
after
what
and
you can
celebrating
do,
the cash.
and it's called out, your life still exists, while the average person.
Forget your name. That's what happened
You go to
today. I
jail,
mean,
you
obviously, this was a
disappear.
perfect example of it. We
What do you
forgot
mean?
so many fucking names tonight, like with this shit.
1.2 million he paid. 1.2 million Kobe paid.
Yeah.
That's how much money.
Wow, that was public knowledge, huh?
1.2 million dollars.
How did that become public knowledge?
It was public knowledge then. It was
Yeah, it
public
was,
knowledge
yeah.
when it happened.
Like it was just a leak, or like his
no, it
lawyers
was,
said it,
had to
or
be
their
public
lawyers
knowledge. It
said
was
it.
in the courthouse of California. That's
That's part of their deal. Is that
Yeah.
they have to
They
have to
had-
disclose
well, it
settlement
was
agreement
disclosed
amounts?
immediately, yeah, but-
no shit.
And I was way off with 10
I mean,
million.
I've
think
heard
about
a
how
lot of
fucking
stories
much
where the
people are
settlement
being
agreement
attacked just
Short
for
change
mentioning.
themselves.
Hold
Change
on, one
yourself
at a
by a
time.
lot
One
of
at a
money.
time. Go ahead.
Imagine how much people are being attacked just for fucking journalists
Here's
getting
that.
fired just
Yeah,
for
it's
mentioning
cool
it.
on that.
Imagine what she actually had to go through by mentioning that it happened to her.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
People don't want to fucking hear that their heroes are pieces of shit ever,
That's
literally
true.
ever in their entire lives. That
That's
they've ever
why
done
I like
anything
that a lot
wrong.
of my heroes.
Sarah.
Or it's like, yeah.
Sarah, grab him by the pussy.
Exactly.
Exactly
You'll be
right.
all right.
Yeah, exactly. I actually heard someone say, he could grab me by the pussy the only way. It's like, yeah, I love being assaulted by big fucking orange assholes. I
My-
love it. Like,
my
what
only-
the fuck, man?
My biggest
It was
dispute with
tolerated.
Trump supporters is that they keep saying he's not a racist, and I remember in the 70s.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely
I remember
a racist.
hearing stories about the 70s.
You weren't
I
around the
wasn't around in the
70s.
70s, but I remember hearing stories about the late 70s.
I remember.
Just before you do it.
He's like, I know it's coming.
All the validity of this argument is already down the fucking toilet.
Where he got federally prosecuted for,
Uh-huh.
being racist with his tenants and
Uh-huh.
actually marking
Sure.
marks next to the names of black families
yeah.
Yes.
in his building and not
Right.
taking care of issues in those apartments and forcing them out. And for the
history
federal
of
government
racism,
for the
dude.
federal
It's not
government to
hidden.
have enough evidence to even take that to like a court case is astonishing. That takes a lot of. They thought they had a prosecution with him. That's how much evidence they had. So how you can make that argument that no, he's not. It's just like, wait a minute.
Let me tell you something.
Wait a minute. He's
In
he's
the
like the only one I can
age-
think of on the top of my head that had that happen to him.
In
Like,
an age where people worship the famous like the new gods, right? And the president of the United States is a double god, a triple god. He's a billionaire. He's a reality TV
Allegedly.
show host, and now
not
he's
a
the fucking
billionaire.
president.
No, he's not a
He's
billionaire.
not a fucking
Not even
billionaire.
close.
I mean,
All he has to do is say he's
400 million is a billion, you know.
He's the envy of a lot of rich people. You know why? Because he figured out how to be untouchable forever. And he's been doing that since the fucking beginning. So in a way, he's almost just as untouchable as billionaires. And he gets to reap a lot of weird benefits from it.
He is a businessman.
You know?
I'll give him that much. It's not a lie. I mean,
I'll bet that's a
obviously.
shit
now.
show beyond fucking belief.
Want to
dude.
find out?
No, I don't care. I don't want to. There's enough horrible
Yeah, but
shit
you know
to
what?
talk
He's
about
still not
tonight.
able to do what he wants when he wants it.
Well, now it's even harder.
Exactly.
Now it's harder, man.
You put all that time and effort in, you got all that money, now you're just stuck doing this shit.
And now we have the
Tweeting all day long. Like
this
an
fucking
idiot.
caucus bullshit going on, man. They're fucking anything they can do to get Bernie Sanders the fuck out, they will do. Like the scam runs deep, man. It just runs so
Dude.
deep. That Buttigieg shit coming out
phone
about
app.
the app. Fucking Buttigieg.
A phone app out of everything that you're gonna come out with, the most vulnerable thing that you can think of. Let's do a phone app.
everybody's
That
talking
he's
Yeah,
about
well, he
that.
did
Everyone's
give them
talking about
something like
that.
75 grand, so
Yeah.
I guess that was
Yeah, but
their
like,
price.
what did the
Yeah, right,
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was less than a rape. It was a third of a rape.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. All he's
At
doing
least
is
to me.
raping the entire American public of their choices. That's what he's doing, and that cost some asshole
Yeah.
$75,000.
Fucking-
Yeah,
And they,
great.
were doing all these weird like overseas mail-in where like anybody could
Oh my
just
god,
do it.
dude, listen.
Like what? Like I don't understand.
If this
Like,
doesn't
I
go-
don't understand how this fucking bottle opener keeps disappearing on me. Thank you.
If this doesn't go the way it's supposed to go this time, that's the end for me, dude. I'm just gonna stop voting because I mean I didn't for a long time because I thought it was a waste of time, and then I'm sort of circled back because I'm like, well, I gotta try to do something because things are so bad.
I
And
feel
then,
like
and then you
the
got a
DNC.
guy who everyone fucking knows is the right person for the fucking job, yet everyone is still openly willing to settle for bullshit.
no. The whole-
like the amount of people who
the
are
whole
like,
fact
look,
that he had a
if they
heart
put
attack.
Biden up
Wait
there,
a
I'll vote for
minute.
Biden.
No, they
Wait a
don't
minute.
no one even cares about that
Wait,
shit anymore,
hold on.
dude. Dude, our president is a fucking Adderall snorting drug addict. Like that definitely overrides a dude that had a fucking minimal, like the tiniest kind of fucking heart attack. Like totally is fine now. Is fucking running like constantly
Yeah.
every day and night doing shit. Like
I've never heard of the second heart attack ending better than the first heart attack.
Listen to
That's
me,
the-
Stones.
What?
It's a stupid point.
Look,
You know why? You know why?
it's not
Because
even
if
a talking
it burn,
point.
if,
Like,
yeah,
no
it doesn't
one's
even matter.
talking
Yeah,
about
because
it.
whoever he
If Bernie
chooses for
Sanders-
vice will be
Correct.
also awesome.
Whoever
right.
he fucking chooses for
Hopefully.
vice president, I
Hopefully.
trust his
We had a
choice.
fucking president who walked and then got polio, and we re-elected.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
but
this is
you know,
bullshit. People
But
live
yeah, but he
forever
beat the
now.
polio.
He didn't beat the.
I-
what
he
the-
didn't
beat the polio.
He
You
absolutely
fucking
beat the.
fuckstick.
He got fucked up from the polio. The polio
He
put him
beat
down.
the polio.
But it didn't put him in the
Hold on,
dirt.
Dude, he took his glasses off and he
beat
made
the
his fucking
polio
face.
out of
Beat the
himself.
polio. There are only 2 surviving photographs of the man ever fucking standing. He didn't beat shit.
Nobody got fucked up from it. Look, he got punched a little bit by the polio.
He got knocked around a little bit by the polio.
A little big that
His wife actually.
Hey, I don't know, hey.
Behind the scenes, yeah.
Jesus.
His wife
Lord.
did a lot.
Are we due for a
that-
break
that-
after that?
Yeah, we're due
I
for
gotta
a break.
urinate.
We're due for a
cartwheel in the
break.
parking lot,
Listen,
like-
Give me another hug.
but hey, is that
No more hugs
Erica
for you.
Carboy in the chat? What's going on, man? So
For
listen,
those listening, FDR beat polio.
yeah, just so
1943, they were like, look,
in case you're looking
He
for
beat
somebody
it.
to take your cues from,
take his blood and serve it to everybody who might get polio. 'Cause
They might have told the public that
Jesus
while
Christ.
his wife was
That was a
behind the
statement
scenes.
made.
doing
yeah,
it.
right, right,
he beat it. It just beat him up a little bit.
Yeah.
Get rock'em sock'em robe dog.
yeah, right, no big deal. NBD. Polio, bazoom! Fine, we'll cut to the first break. And if you don't fucking cut the... Listen, but if you're watching the show right now and you're in the chat, you need to share it. You need to continue the conversation and appreciate the artists that you're going to see on the fucking break, man. All performances from here on Awesome Talk. And
Better appreciate
you
them.
better appreciate them.
Or else you'll get polio.
And turn it way up. Otherwise you get polio. But don't worry, because apparently it's no big deal.
Okay, bye. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Okay, bye. We'll be back. We'll be back. There'll be a timer in the corner.
This song is unreleased. This is a brand new song off of regularly scheduled programming titled Bluntville. And bye, that's it. It has not been released anywhere. This is the premiere.
Watch this demonstration.
I made the beat for this one. This is one of my self-produced tracks. I performed this one time before at the Mill Hill Basement. So technically it's been seen, but by very few eyes. This is the world premiere. Check it out. Chain smoking smoking Bluntvilles, contemplating what's real. I've been racing uphill, trying to make a fucking meal. Hungry man, what's the deal? Your belt buckle getting stuck. Only time you tuck the steel, yup, it's real. Gibby get the legend back to run the field. Busy as fuck still, and everybody wanna chill. I'm grateful for the love, but they was hating on the scrub not that long ago. Got the longer dough, what they thinking in they mud? Like what you drinking in your mug? Gibby, fill it up. Sight what it's really like. I'm in the negative with funds, but as corny as it sounds, I'm feeling rich with opportunity. Got a fistful of this loot, I'ma spend it all while doing these ciphers and shows. Light intro and then I'm moving 3 spaces. I'm states away to hit the stage. New to me like it's school to me. New kid, don't tutor me, cause I do this. Make movement, stream lucid. Take 2 hits of that new fifth. Lately I got a lot on my mind, baby, but I know that we gon' be fine. Gotta keep up with the heat, I'm feeling seasoned in my prime, and all I ever needed was a reason and a rhyme. Lately I got a lot on my mind, baby, but I know that we gon' be fine. Gotta keep up with the heat, I'm feeling seasoned in my prime, and all I ever needed was a reason and a rhyme. Fuck the safer route, positive that I'll make it now. They can never take my cloud or paper out my bank account. Hit the stage and wow the crowd, take a bow, the haze come out. I hit it twice and make a cloud before a hater can make a sound. They can doubt, but it won't take a toll on me. As if I had an easy pass attached and we ain't rolling deep. I roll with 3, maybe 2 homies that done made the crew. They all knew the many places making tunes would take me to. Staring out Mount Rushmore, motherfucker, make some room. Now I'm finna invade the moon, the spaces spread my greatness too. They only say they love me when I'm out of town. I'm a couple states away, so hit me when I'm back around. Blunt hit it, Asher hit it, ain't no passing around. I'm by my lonely for the night, putting in work in mass amounts. My ex, I used to text her shit, trying to call my phone. I told that hoe I'm doing better now, like Post Malone. Lately I got a lot on my mind, baby, but I know that we gon' be fine. Gotta keep up with the heat, I'm feeling seasoned in my prime, and all I ever needed was a reason and a rhyme. Lately I got a lot on my mind, baby, but I know that we gon' be fine. Gotta keep up with the heat, I'm feeling seasoned in my prime, and all I ever needed was a reason and a rhyme. Now, that is Bluntville, off of the upcoming album, regularly scheduled programming, coming this motherfucking winter. You got the exclusive here on Awesome Talk, the best podcast on the East Coast. I'm claiming that now. Thank you, I appreciate y'all.
I'm so happy to have you guys. Fucking Awesome Talk is fucking awesome. I'm having a great time. It's been a rough couple of years. Craving all your innocence, how one could live for days like this. Well, I've been memorizing patterns, compromising my existence, living just to stay distracted, to survive our reenactment. Scenes to be recalled, pretend to be an individual, outwardly effortless. I'm well versed in your politics, but I cannot go on like this. I cannot go on in bliss through history. We left our mark. The problem is it smells like tar. The problem is it fuels the car. The problem is maybe it's the way that we communicate. Are we inherently selfish, inbred, or agitated? While we're founded and surrounded here by white supremacy, but all the people who can change things are the ones that fail to see. Are we the offspring of the most violent rapists of our time? Because back then the biggest assholes were the ones that could survive, and so they say, so they shouted out a car at me when I walked down the street. Cause I'll just shake my fist and vow to avenge my own murderous ancestry. Blah. Solutions are evasive to this lackadaisical equation. Some become complacent, clean the cobwebs from the basement, dusty boxes full of memoirs. Hesitant, I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Just show me yours. Show me, buying into superstition, appropriate misinformation, fake now is our only fate left, so let's get annihilated. Hear the music, time to face it. Did we choose this? Can we change it? Did you walk 2 fucking moons, bitch? Cause we're all doomed if you didn't. Maybe it's the way that we communicate. Are we inherently selfish, inbred, or agitated while we're founded and surrounded here by white supremacy? But all the people who could change things are the ones that fail to see. Are we the offspring of the most violent rapists over time? Because back then the biggest assholes were the ones that could survive. So they say, so they wrote it in a book. But hey, who wrote that book, by the way? And it's just, it's not dangerous if I'm dangerous. 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 If I'm dangerous. If I'm dangerous. If I'm dangerous. Thank you. You sure? One more? Is that okay? Okay.
Decision now!
Study side.
Yes? In late stage capitalism, it's very easy to look out into this world and see a lot of bleakness. But we here at the Swagmatics want you to try your best to realize you have a whole life to live.
Out in the distance, on the horizon, I dreams of a better tomorrow. So maybe today may be cloudy and gray, and every hour is sorrow. Say it's alright. You gotta see the bigger picture. You gotta see the sunny side. Say it's alright. Let it ride. Down on the corner, under the street lamp, you stand with your hand in your pocket. The world is turning, everything's changing, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. It's alright. You gotta see the bigger picture. You gotta see the sunny side. It's alright. Let it ride.
Take your friend. see the bigger picture. You gotta see the sunny side. Oh, right. Let it ride. Now everybody sing it with me. Yeah. All right. You gotta see the bigger picture. You gotta see the sunny side. All right. Let it ride.
That is fucking amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, dude. Yeah.
Hi, fans.
Can I just say something? My house is so much fucking cooler than your fucking house.
Yes, it is, bro.
It just is.
Truth hurts.
So much gas inside now.
Thank you.
The night grows dark, it gets cold again. Sometimes I wonder where you've been. And even though I've heard all the reasons why, you'll always be that star in my sky. If these walls could talk, they try to forget the time they've spent hearing me lament. 'Cause the pain I feel just can't be pushed aside. 'Cause you'll always be that star in my sky. Well, everyone I know says you did me wrong. Well, I never thought I'd have to sing this song, 'cause we promised our love until the day we die. So you'll always be that star in my sky. But I'll stand alone, I'll look up above. I can only imagine what you're dreaming of. What did you really mean when you said we could try? Was that your gentle way to pass me by? 'Cause it feels just like a dream flowing through my mind. The spaces in between, connected by a line. When I look for you, it seems like I was never left behind. stars in the corner of my eye. You'll always be that star in my sky.
Strong finish.
Thanks.
Damn.
Awesome talk.
Thank you so much, Steve.
7, episode 11.
Season 11, episode 7.
Season 11, episode 7.
It's 7-11.
Thank you all. It's been a blast.
Alright, this one's for Lil Omega. He loves this song. He couldn't be here. I'm gonna fuck this one up for sure, though. This is a new one. This is how we do it. Yeah, I got this. I'm the Harvey Dent of Trenton. Hit me, but you barely put a dent in. I send you to the dentist. My heart breaks, I mend it. Trenton makes the world's pretending. East Coast realism. Send my New Brunswick friends in. You get high, I've ascended. Give me a bond, I bend it. Give me a rule, I break it. The cycle's never ending. I rap tremendous. I rap condescending. I don't believe in the system, but I am the defendant. I want no detention. I get mad attention. An honorable mention. The point of mad contention. Iron Fist and Luke Cage. Heroes for the rentin'. Feeling friendless. High stakes. Fuck a friendship. DKFG, relentless and endless. Stand up against the tempest. My temper, I'm senseless. Nobody's on the guest list. I get shit, you're bested. I use no Smith & Wesson. Used to go to confession. Now I push it down like it was indigestion. The Catholic Church is evil, protecting priests molesting. I take no suggestions. I take indiscretions to the face and eat them.
Shit out raps from digestion.
My style's impressive. Your style's depressing. I always say fuck off, but this time I meant it. Trenton, I'm a resident. Chambersburg, I'm president. Fuck what you believe in and everything you represent. I am now exempt. You ask for strife, it's what you get. My evidence is heaven sent, but hell is where I'm headed next. Sisyphus, 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 666, Sisyphus, 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 Sisyphus. I did better than I thought I would do on that one, so that's a win. That's a win. Awesome talk. DKFG. Thank you guys for having me.
Ready when you're ready.
Big up to Awesome Talk, though, huh?
Ready when you're ready.
I'm ready when I'm ready.
Whenever you want to drop that. Yeah. Like, whenever you want it, you might get it. Don't swan it, you're the next is the epic. Don't sweat it, don't forget the kinetic energy flexing. Check how we do it in Belmar from Trenton. I took 95 to the east, the direction. Not to mention everything was flexing. The rain started falling, the beat started calling, and Rob said, you better do that shit that making people just bob head and rock with it, non-stop dropping. Everything is cool, yeah. Don't you assume an assumption, cause I'll have to switch the function in your face. Come to amazing and leave the whole trail blazing. everything is cool. We had a discussion about the nation and all the fucking type of shit that's mad and crazed in the installation and the flayed education and the financial institution, the shit they're producing and the way that they're moving. Keep it cool when I'm cruising. Yeah, my man Matt Rockasset is producing the whole ill material. Yeah, in the morning with the cereal, I bring it back together with material you never heard of. I bring it from the outer galaxies, all for monogamia. Yeah, make a little salary, but it's never enough because the stuff costs too much in this life we live. So what's up? Yeah, straight off the noggin, off the top. That's how we do it when my man Rob, when we rock. So yo, I'm about to give a little flex as he takes a little breath and go on to the next. And like back to the dirt, I return, let it burn again. Turn clock back to the boom bap and make them learn. That's how we burn when we rock it in the set. Live and kinetic with edge energy, we flex so they have something to spit with it. We'll spit shit till they split and they spit liquid. Form-fitted, lyrical, clothes, beats, and artistry, not just an addition. It's a part of me. Rock to the rhythm I'm living, I put my heart in it. I'm just a sub in the game, I didn't start in it, but I'ma make a run now. Some way and somehow. 5 consonants, 1 vowel, spin the wheel. I'm so tired of spinning wheels. I don't like division, but I'ma say how I feel. Truth over fiction, regardless of truth's friction. The gaps need bridging like when there's a tooth missing. Who few will listen to such as I backslidden in these days when more and more less of a F's given. Text written, sorted, distorted, a small fortune worth none to some, to others a small fortune. This is a mic check, check that gut. How does it feel? Have you had enough? Awesome talk season just starting to get warmed up. Yup, like this. It's a mic check, check that gut. How does it feel? Have you had enough? Awesome talk is just starting to get warmed up. Yup. Peace. Respect. Thanks, y'all.
Hey.
Peace, Rick. Thank you, man.
God, you guys
Rob,
put out
man.
a fucking album.
It's mad fun, yeah.
Hey, this is Rick from Awesome Talk. Why not go grab yourself a beer, because we'll be right back. Smart enough to stones even if you don't. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome.
Actually, I refuse to. I'm not
Welcome,
wasting my
everybody.
brain power on counting like that.
Yeah, stones.
I went too fast.
Welcome back, Awesome Talk Season 12, Episode 8, on February 4th, 2020. We're back from our first break. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you are you all right? Is everything okay? Oh, fuck me. You're right.
What?
What's with this loud ass music behind
Alexa! Shut up! Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but you see what she did a little backstab. She's like, no, I'm not going to shut up just quite yet. I'm going to give you a little,
just
little
give
taste
me,
of what I could
This
be
guy
doing.
clearly
I've noticed just from being here a short amount of time every other week that
She's stank
she
as
listens to
fuck.
you more than she listens to you.
Actually,
Not
she
the one in the
disagrees with that.
bedroom.
Yeah, the one in the bedroom does.
Oh, yeah, he controls the bedroom?
Yeah, I control
Dude,
the
the
bedroom.
one,
That's
the
a hell of
one
an
in the
insight.
bedroom, like every chick has met another chick in their life that clearly wants to fuck their boyfriend. Like the way they talk to them, like it's very obvious. The one in the bedroom is exactly like that. Like I'll be like, I'll tell her to like turn the lights on, and I'll just go, and then he'll do the same thing. And I'll be like, fucking gladly. It's like,
Do you want me to make you some dinner too? While I'm at
it's
it?
exactly what it's like.
Yes, I would like it if you made me
Yes,
some dinner. Thank
Domino's
you.
has just been ordered. It will be at your house when I get there.
She is listening to her. Very transparent.
Where's my glasses?
Have you named them?
No.
I don't think you can call them anything else except for like one
You can
phrase.
call them Amazon. Or Alexa.
Yeah,
Echo.
it's
So you
like,
can-
yeah,
Echo.
it's-
We discussed this,
no,
right?
well,
Like
yeah,
you
or
should be
Echo,
able to
Echo.
program the name of your pets.
Yeah.
For fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
Or
Listen
assistant,
up,
at least.
all of
Stop
you.
saying the word pets out loud. It's going to start to do what it's supposed to do.
Wait, which is what?
Send fucking cyborgs to the house or whatever the fuck it's
Send cyborgs.
The cyborg is sitting right next to me, dude. He's already here.
Yeah.
That or
Who the fuck has the less than human opinion?
Less than human.
Or the off human opinion. It's not less than human, it's off human.
That's the off one.
Yeah, it's
right.
off human.
That sounds better.
Less than human sounds derogatory.
Yeah,
and I didn't mean it that way. If I'm being honest.
You fucking animal.
No, it's robot.
Part Roomba.
So anyway, look, we're back. So let's do a quick around the bar. I'm Rick.
I'm Rob.
Pat.
Skelly.
I refuse.
That's the real rebel in the group.
Yeah, I know it's a mohawk.
I refuse.
Sarah.
Oh, look at her. This isn't the bedroom.
I refuse.
I refuse. So anyway, so let's move on. YouTuber gives fake award to far-right activist who calls Greta Thunberg an autistic fucking wench. A fake award. So he coordinated an entire fake award.
Didn't they fly like to another country to
Yes,
get it?
flew her to another country, paid actors to sit in the crowd and cheer for her, and the award was the Campaign to Unify the Nation trophy, which in big letters behind her in pictures it says cunt.
That's good. That's elaborate,
And
but it's expensive.
This
It's so
woman,
elaborate.
this woman who, by the way, called Greta Thunberg a fucking retard, was standing there smiling, accepting this award. Now, I wasn't surprised, because I feel like the type of person that would call a 16-year-old girl who gives a shit about the planet, at the very least, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, the girl who's
what-
going to be living on the planet for probably decades longer than these old fucks who make fun of her.
Yeah, doesn't make sense. But it seems to me like a person who would do that is the same type of person that would stand literally in front of a giant version of the word cunt and just
Happily.
smile and take a trophy.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Look, I love
Did they-
That's
did
balls
they-
out.
Big deal,
trolling.
right?
You
Like,
flew
Yeah, I mean,
somebody
look,
across
look.
the planet.
I love
spent
a
thousands,
good
prank
trolling.
thousands
Right.
of dollars.
It's
thousands.
Right. It's
of dollars.
more than but a good YouTuber who's
had-
trying to pull this off.
You bought letters. You bought this giant ass sign.
Right.
You, put,
Banner.
you
It's a
rented a
PowerPoint.
hall for
It's
this
a
shit. You,
PowerPoint.
you rented people
You
to be
got
there.
people that pretend to
That's
be
what
celebrating.
like,
Where did
no.
they
This
come
is-
from?
this
Did
is
you fly
America.
them as well.
This is America.
Where
proved
was this?
that you could have prison anus condom
Where was
meat.
this?
All right, let's see.
if you pay the right price.
YouTuber gives. Let's take a look at what it says. I'm not sure what state this took place in, but they went to another. She called Greta Thunberg an autistic fucking wench. That was her word. So I don't feel bad for this person. By the way,
I love listening to adults bully children. I mean, it just
Yeah, it's
shows
just
some
amazing.
level of maturity.
I don't like
That's
how
so
we can't say
amazing.
retarded anymore.
you don't like it.
It's just a word. Why can't we say it anymore?
YouTuber Josh Peters has revealed that he pranked far-right British commentator Katie Hopkins by flying her to Prague and presenting her with a fake award. Hopkins, who is frequently retweeted by President Trump and was recently suspended on Twitter, was awarded with the Campaign to Unify the Nation trophy, abbreviated as cunt. And if you think that's mean, just wait until you hear her hate-filled acceptance speech for the award. Wow.
She actually gave a speech too.
She gave a speech,
I'm
yeah.
sure it was
Oh my
parody.
God.
I'm
I mean,
sure
she
it was
would
parody.
have to have given
Like,
a
Somebody else
speech.
wrote it.
Like she didn't realize it all during this whole thing.
Somebody
and
bought that
started
script.
just going along with it
Dude,
because she was
people
embarrassed.
that are like that think that everyone that's giving him a pat on the back's not trying to stab him
lost
with
her
it.
job.
Like they
Broadcasting
like
you walked
narcissists
into-
Lost her
think that they're
job.
great.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't cross their mind that people won't think
In
In
her
her
wait,
acceptance
so wait, if
speech,
you
she
walk into
mentioned
a
the
room-
final solution
If
and
you
lost
walk
her
into a
job on
room
radio
and the
station
background
she worked
says cunt, you just accept it and continue on
If
because
the
you
person
think
flew
it's
you
shit.
thousands of
Like that-
fucking miles, or
There's a
however-
level of ego. There's a level
Yeah,
of
it's
ego that it takes
narcissism, dude.
to stand in front of a
That's-
sign that says "Cunt" real big behind you while you accept the trophy, and you still believe that it's totally like fine. Like that.
Okay, well then
The
that's clearly a
hall,
mental
the
disorder.
dinner, the other people,
But-
the plane ride. That
It's
would probably
not clearly.
be leaning you
What do
towards
you mean it's not
like,
clearly?
oh,
It's
that's
completely
because
clear.
It's all over the place.
It's completely clearly that's a mental disorder. It has to be a mental disorder, unless she was, paid the right dollar amount, I guess, for her.
She was probably
sell
just
out
like,
her
oh, well,
morals.
that's an unfortunate.
And then be like,
acronym.
oh, well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
exactly.
disappear and.
Like if it was like in the basement
Yeah.
of some dude's house,
Still
she
says
probably
it.
would
Like
figure
it happens in
out.
a McDonald's or somewhere.
Basement of some.
No, man, this guy had to rent
Come
like
on
a
down,
whole
I got an award
hotel.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a Hilton conference room is where this took place.
Oh man.
Like when they do like a convention and you go.
Welcome to the Cunt Awards.
Yeah, the Cunt Awards. And she's
like-
just like,
Maybe,
hey, it's
but maybe
me.
he was like calling it the Coont Awards or
It's like-
something.
That's what
Just
I
to
meant.
like, just to
the
really
Cunt-
throw him off.
Yeah,
There's like 24 people. She's like, no one will see this.
yeah, right.
I like awards.
Yeah, I like awards. I like trophies.
I deserve an award.
I got
I
a
wonder if she
naked
was
place in my
flying home
mantle.
and like realized what happened.
Hold on a minute. I think something's up here.
It just like clicks on the plane like, oh no.
Oh shit. She sees the first picture tweeted.
She's
and
like,
then
I forgot
suddenly
the
it's-
internet existed.
Yeah,
Oh no.
uh-oh.
I guarantee you,
forgot the
she still,
internet
she
existed.
still displays the trophy
People
though.
can come.
I
Oh,
guarantee.
yeah,
you.
definitely.
Yeah, she's like, I got this.
She's like, look, it might have been a poor choice of words, but
I still
hello.
deserve it.
I know how to solve the derailment.
I thought this was a prank
Push this
on
out
Greta
there.
Thunberg.
No, it was.
I thought the way you're delivering it was
No, no.
like that. It was they pranked Greta Thunberg. I'm like, she didn't come to anything.
No,
She's
it
smart
was a
enough. She
prank
would've
on this
figured it out.
fucking
Yeah, right.
woman.
Yeah, this bitch.
Greta Thunberg is.
The embarrassment of that is way worse.
I
than
wish
what
Greta
was thinking.
Thunberg retweeted the award. That would have been good.
I hear a lot
Oh
of people
my God.
saying that she's being
That
used by her
would've been
father or
newsworthy.
something.
Thunberg is?
Well, I'll tell you what, man.
I
That
don't
might
know what
be.
they're talking about. I haven't looked into
Listen,
it.
man,
Yet,
look,
but
whether or not
that's
that's
the
true-
narrative that's going around.
Whether or
now.
not that's true, I think what pisses me off is I know that what pisses conservative Republicans off is not even any of that. I don't think they give one single fuck about that. I think what they
That's
give
a
a
new
fuck
thing that I
about
started hearing
is
recently.
what they give a fuck about is the fake agenda that global
talking about
warming's a real thing and that she's a tool of it.
Yeah.
So like to them it's another level of denial. And that's the part of it that fucking pisses me off. And now they're directing it her and they blame her. I mean, she's 16 fucking years old, dude. Like this is like her fault.
And like she's the only one doing this. There's a
There's
There's
a lot.
hundreds of people, or thousands probably.
And a lot of very intelligent young people are fucking involved in different initiatives to try to solve problems rather than be, hey, you dumb retard. Like, who the fuck? What is wrong with people?
As they
dude?
get in their
I'm not gonna
hay-loaded
lie.
pickup
I
truck
would
from
be-
the
Yeah, right,
1930s
right.
and
I believe 90%
drive off
of
on
the
the
other
dusty
people that
trail.
were out there
Like, wait a minute,
speaking.
hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Go ahead.
Well, they make fun of her for having special needs.
Yeah, yeah, it's horrifying, dude.
No, I shouldn't even say special needs. She has autism.
Yes.
Right? Or
Asperger's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it autistic?
No.
Or she has
Yeah.
autism?
No, she has Asperger's.
It's Asperger's?
It's
Okay.
Asperger's.
Yeah, yeah.
And I would believe 99.9% of the time someone with Asperger's before I believe any other human being on the planet.
You're 100% right about that shit, dude.
And I don't say that as a empathetic person. I say that as someone that deals with it and sees it in classrooms and has dealt in educational settings where I'm like, you don't even need to be here. You're literally smarter than
everybody
I
in
am.
the room.
Does that
right,
make
exactly.
does,
You're
that,
100% right, dude.
does that make the social attacks that much more cruel in a way?
For people that actually know
what Asperger's is?
No. You know, I'll tell you what, man.
just
It's not
people
cruel.
weren't
It's fucking
latching onto
stupid.
any vulnerability.
People hear outspoken people speaking
it.
for no reason and they think that person's retarded.
Right.
And that is why, as much as I feel like you said the word retarded,
You're not
doesn't
saying
mean
it as a
anything.
derogatory
It means that
thing,
someone's
yeah.
actually retarded in the ways that
Right,
they
so
act.
things are
Not
slowed
like
down. Like,
you're a
you know, there's a
retard.
slow down.
But for a
you know,
person like that, right? For
learning curve
Asperger's to
with-
affect
with certain
somebody,
things,
every
but they can
person
still
I've ever met with
get
Asperger's
places.
is light years ahead of education in terms of.
Yeah.
You wake
I know,
up
man.
in the
You're
morning
totally
and
right.
desire to learn and remember details that the average human
right.
can't.
It seems like a step in evolution.
I want
Right.
you to build the first spacecraft to Mars. I
And
want
that's
you to,
who will do it.
Like, and
right.
that is the fact that we
Who's that?
downplay.
Who's that? Is she Russian? She's a young
I think
young
she's-
woman.
is
She's
she
wait, no,
Swedish?
not
Swedish?
Greta Thunberg. Not Greta Thunberg. The girl who's considered the next Einstein. Is she real? That was last time I heard that was probably like 2-3 years ago.
But I'll tell you what, man, that's another thing.
You know what I'm talking
about?
No, I know you're talking about.
How many times I've heard the next Einstein? Though?
Yeah, but like this was like one of those like,
Wait, is
oh
she a patent
shit,
clerk?
you know, she was really young. She was really fucking young, and she was like in a really advanced class.
I feel like,
and she was like kind of following the same fucking
the
footsteps.
concept of people who have autism are applied to the same people who are looked at as being insane.
Yeah.
And the most insane,
fine line.
And the same, it's a gray area, man, because you're like, are you insane? Or are you fucking brilliant? And
I've known people who are definitely both.
I've known people that are definitely both, and I've known people that are definitely the same thing
in their
at the
younger
same
years,
time.
when it was really insane and the brilliant, but you knew there was
if
brilliance
she was
there.
The mind works
autistic,
in a weird
if
way
she
where
was
no one else
anything,
understands.
if she had
I see
anything,
musicians. There's musicians I know that are completely antisocial, can't handle shit. You put them in a room with an instrument, and it's like,
yeah, but that's because
that's
your
your way of
basic
talking.
math.
Like,
Yeah, whatever.
that shit is on another level.
It doesn't
the
matter
science
what
shit
it is
is the
she
fucking-
has. It's
Well, that's
just
true.
that,
Yeah.
that
No,
she's
you're
going
right.
to be attacked for it.
Right.
She
Right.
could have anything.
But that's what we do in society.
Anything that's looked at as a vulnerability, these people will then be like, oh, well, why is she fucking doing this? She
Right.
Like,
No,
if she
you're
was
right,
in a
but-
wheelchair, be like, oh, man, she's disabled. Why don't
Or-
you spend her time enjoying life
or they're
instead of
just really
fucking
focusing
complaining?
Is that what
Right.
Stephen Hawking
Yeah,
went
right.
through in his early years of fucking being in a wheelchair? He went through
Well,
that.
Stephen
that
Hawking
same-
was a real sarcastic motherfucker.
There's
He didn't
a-
take a lot of shit, so...
There's a really odd thing that happens with age where I don't
Alright.
believe age applies in certain cases. You know,
What do you mean?
When you have a progressed educational understanding of things, like, and you can put two and two together in an explanation and talk to people with the vocabulary that young lady uses.
Yeah, that's what
She's on a level of a
You're right.
39-year-old or
Right.
40-year-old in their field. She's on a
So
level
it's her breadth of vocabulary.
No, it's not that, dude. No, man.
it's
Like,
not-
listen,
I
man.
just heard. I'm
I
not- I'm
read.
clarifying.
It's by the breadth. It's by the breadth of
Yeah.
her vocabulary that she understands the words she's using in
Right.
in conglomeration with other vocabulary words. It's not a matter of she.
So
knows
there's a
big
level of
words.
trust there because
it
of
means
that.
that you hear
Absolutely.
not
there is,
trust,
man.
not
Intelligence.
trust.
No,
not
yeah,
trust.
but yeah,
a level of I don't need to even believe you. I'm so convinced by what you're saying that it aligns with every other goddamn scientist in the world. And you understand it, not that you've been bred to understand it, you get it beyond where those scientists are.
Right.
There's levels that she understands philosophically
that's
that
the truth
apply
about
to the
Asperger's
planet.
for
Dude,
sure,
man,
yeah.
dude, what
And that's
can,
a thing where I've dealt with Asperger's kids who can literally combine a cartoon that they watch because their parents think they should sit in front of a fucking television all day because that's a daycare center for them. And they'll take that and apply it to plots in fucking Rugrats that apply
Right,
to
right.
like
You're right.
The Godfather. And
These
you're
are
like,
those-
wait a
these
minute,
are
I
those
only
thi-
understood the
these are those
Godfather when I
people
was
you find in
25.
think tanks to
You're
fucking-
fucking 8 and you understand the plot theory and you're
Yeah.
comparing it
Give them
to
formulas and they pay them a ton of money.
something the guy who
gotta be
made the cartoon
Asperger motherfucker.
was thinking when it happened.
Someone has it.
It's crazy shit. Crazy shit.
Yeah.
Intelligence of which I cannot even begin to comprehend.
The other thing
But I don't
is,
think
like,
she's doing it
even
for-
without, even just an average child, like, the fact we should be ashamed of the fact that we're not paying attention, that to the fear that, like, dude, children right now can't have a dream of like that normal American dream that seems to be infecting the fucking country of like, I'm gonna grow up and get married and have kids. Like, if you're a kid, you can't have that dream because you have to be worried about whether or not it's the planet's gonna be able to sustain your children. Like, even us can't imagine what it's like to grow up wondering if we're gonna be able to live on the planet we're currently on. But kids her age do. Like, you don't even have to have a high level of intelligence maybe to communicate that fear you do, but like, we should be fucking really embarrassed that that's what we're passing off.
Let me tell you.
And not listening harder is even more embarrassing. Like, I've seen people complain about her because there's a lot of climate activists who have like invented things that have helped the planet, ways to clean the ocean and stuff. All of those things have their place, but someone with a voice loud enough to be heard And it's just a voice. She didn't invent fucking anything.
Yeah.
That also has a big role because that voice is not just hers. It stands for millions of children who might grow up in a world where they can't fucking have kids because it's just not safe. It's not safe for her, and she's 16.
Yeah.
Like, her fucking... Where she lives might be underwater at some point because of the shit we did and our fucking parents did and the fucking assholes that are fucking making decisions.
And two things. One, what kills me about it, again, it's not just the people attack her, it's the fucking reason. It's the agenda. They're so fucking fueled passionately by the agenda that's why that would drive them to attack a 16-year-old fucking girl. Grown fucking men do this, and like that's the part that fucking blows my mind. The president did it, right?
Whether even if she was fucking wrong about everything, dude. What could you imagine any president we've ever had going after a teenage girl publicly? Like, how fucking embarrassing is it that a president would waste his time even paying attention to something?
I go to so many developments that are like 4,000 square feet, and I just look around at these fucking homes mile after mile that are like this big, and I just look at all of it. It's so quiet. I'm like, my God, what a nightmare we've created.
I'm not sure how to attach that to conversation.
Have you heard about this?
But go ahead.
Well, now because of all the the garbage in the oceans, like there's Alaska garbage patch, the size of Alaska. And it's bigger than Texas now, and now it's like the size of Alaska or something.
Is that the big fatberg?
Is that the
garbage?
No, it's the
Pacific?
plastic crap in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, but it's not really like
it's,
island
where the oceanic conveyor belt
just-
converges.
right.
Yeah.
That's the spot.
Wow.
And it's clogging that spot up.
It's a long way off from walking on it. But
Besides that, now the oceans are so acidic that it's
bad.
melting crabs.
Soft
shell crabs are melting. Yeah, and
Dungeness
coral reefs are
crabs.
just fucking
There's a
dying.
bunch of crabs
How
that
about
are gone
understanding
because
that
it's just melting their fucking.
In the lifetime of the
exoskeletons.
planet, climate change occurs. Leave us out of it. Okay, let's leave us out of the element.
Yeah.
Understand that happens naturally.
Of course.
It's happened in ages and ages and ages of time. So regardless of whether we are exacerbating the progress of it, people are fucking aware of it. Not historians, not anthropologists, not geographers. Like, literal scientists studied the land and went, we now know when it's going to happen. And we're not helping the situation. And I don't give a fuck what money you're making off of it. Let's start with, it's happening. Where do we combat it?
Yeah.
Like Noah's fucking Ark.
Can we stop
Like,
debating
where
at
do you
least?
combat the
But
problem?
that's not the problem. The problem is the
Dude,
amount of people saying this isn't happening at all.
It's going to happen.
The amount of denial is dangerous.
The reason is it's going to happen. What I'm saying is it's going to happen no matter what.
But we're not going to fix it.
We're not helping it.
Something,
No,
it's something like
Those
20,
people are
it's something
addicted
like
to the fact
20
you say we're
companies.
causing it.
Like we contribute to the
they
problem?
contribute
Sure.
to it.
All the plastic and the garbage
But
that we
that's what
fucking
here is
create
just-
every day is
Oh,
a
you mean climate
contribution.
change
But the
versus
truth of the
we're
matter
all
is,
Hold on, one at a time.
20 companies contribute to the majority of the problem. 20. Think of how much fucking money they're sitting on.
Yep.
That's
But-
why nothing gets
okay,
better.
so if
That's why we
humanity-
sit around. There's actual debates about whether climate change really exists.
if
people
humanity-
really cause
I
it.
just feel
That debate has been going on for
can't
decades.
get control of these 20 companies. They can do one of two simple steps.
But here's the thing.
One step, either paint all the roads white, which would reflect the sun's rays and reverse fucking global warming. And look, a bunch of people go snowblind, but fuck them. Or two.
That's easy for you to
Or
say.
two.
What with your ability to see and all.
Look, you get self-driving cars, fucking paint all the goddamn shit white. What the fuck are you talking about? Just get it done. It's over. Reversed 1.5 degrees. We reversed everything, the whole industrial revolution. Or
Did
two.
you figure that out yourself?
No. Or two.
He's been drawing up diagrams.
Yeah, myself.
He's been testing different colors.
Drawing red lines across newspaper articles.
Algorithms.
He's like, I noticed if I paint the
Or
street
two.
outside my house
Or
white,
two,
like
we can-
10 square
if
feet.
we have a small set of tubes that we can elevate from the ground level into the atmosphere, where we can actually have it like in the same satellite sphere and have it travel around the Earth, and we pump volcanic ash into these two fucking tubes, we can also over time and adjust to reverse climate change by having volcanic ash. And we know that volcanic ash in the atmosphere after major volcanoes erupt cools the Earth.
It also
if we
kills
wanna
dinosaurs and shit.
Look.
In case
I'm
you're
not
fucking
saying.
Mark.
that many.
He's not saying it's a flawless planet. He's just saying.
So we first have to build a biosphere around our planet,
So,
and then beyond the biosphere.
But I'm just saying.
Listen, we have to be all on board
like,
for this
like
one.
there's
Stones
simple,
always has the most
there's
practical
easy-
solution.
there's simple solutions to the fucking problem. We just aren't doing them yet.
Why don't you just put a shade out way in space, closer to the sun? So
I
all it has to
hope.
do is just like this little shade.
Shade in space covers the whole planet.
We try one of
we
these
just-
two.
No, farther
Hey,
out.
somebody
get it
get up
done.
there and open that shit
Just
up. We
fucking
need some
do it.
sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
We should just start
Move it in
mandating
place.
when seasons happen. We should just control how
Gotta
the
be
moon.
so much
That's
fucking
also
necessary.
entirely
Sun
what possible
move
about
around
what's
it.
happening.
So much
I
easier.
want 36-hour fucking.
I had a
Me
Navy SEAL
fucking
once tell
too.
me, he goes, you know what's on these military sites? A Navy SEAL told me, he goes, you know what's on these military sites? He goes,
Chemtrail
whatever
planes.
the fuck your imagination can think of, they fucking have it. I'm like, fuck, they control the weather.
Yeah.
They have to control the weather. If that's what he's saying,
Dude, there's laws.
no
and
fucking
you can
doubt.
buy a permit to do it. You have to actually. There's licenses.
It's like $15.
It's
Just
like
buy a
Nick-
permit.
Yeah,
I want to
it's
take
like
a
a
5-hour class.
It's like crazy.
Yeah, you gotta take an online course.
Oh my god. It's really not that
Online
expensive.
course.
It takes they tell you it takes 5 days, but you get it done in like 25 minutes. You just click through.
You can look at it right. You could look it up right now.
Is there a chat anywhere that's active?
Yeah. Actually, I'm not sure what's going on in this one. This one's out of control. Hey, what's up, Rob? What's up, Janine? What's up, Lisa? What's up, Summer? What's up, Chance? I'm gonna wave at all these people. So many people are in there. What's going on, Sam? What's going on, Lisa? Summer? What's up? Say hello.
Gachapon. The little balls.
So we are roughly 13 minutes away from the second break. When we come back, Skelly's going to perform tonight, right?
Yes, sir.
So I want to talk to you about what's going on with you, and dude. So here's the deal, right? So she fucking hit me up while I was at work.
I reached out to him.
She reached out to me. We lived together.
Across the living
Across
room.
the table.
I rung him up.
And she was like, we have to get this guy Skelly on. He plays an upright bass.
Priority,
and I was
man.
like, done. And I was like, and by the way, I just heard Skelly's name from Ray Strife. And I just looked this up. And holy shit, I know exactly what you mean. So I want to talk to you about what you do, what projects you have going on, and whatever you want to say about yourself.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Skelly. Good evening. Right now I'm a solo act, and I play guitar and I sing. I am putting a band together, so keep your eye out for that.
Can it be called the Skeleton Crew?
Ooh.
That's not bad.
Shit. Fuck.
That was pretty fucking good.
That was really
Yeah.
good.
You're wearing the fucking glasses again.
Well, now thanks for ruining it.
That's it. I like to mix styles. All my music's a little bit dark. I have kind of a dark sense of humor that I like to keep it light too, so it's not too to one side. You know what I mean? That's it.
What do you like right now? What are you listening to right now that you love?
I just discovered a band called Night Powers.
God, I love that name.
Yeah, I found them about a year ago, and the album that caught me was The Veil. They have something new, I think, that came out recently, but that album I'll listen to over and over again.
I'd imagine they have a lot of shadow analogies.
Yeah, it's dark. It's really dark. It's got a film noir kind of vibe to it. Nancy Sinatra vocals.
Awesome.
But,
Really?
With a touch of the Doors.
Oh,
They're good.
Nancy Sinatra vocals with a
With
touch
a touch
of
of the
the
Doors,
Yeah.
man.
Wow.
Yeah, now I have to listen.
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
Cool.
And yeah, if very 60s, 70s spy music.
How did you get into playing the upright bass?
I've played bass forever. I played bass and drums and guitar as a teenager, and because I was always willing to play the bass, they always gave me a bass, and that just went into playing upright because that's. For me, that was the natural
top of
progression.
the fucking
If I'm
out.
gonna be
Yeah,
good
it's
at
the
this,
top
I
of the
would be
mountain.
good at that.
You can move
And
from
it's just such a
frets to
cool-
fretless, and then
Yeah,
all of a
fretless
sudden
is
to-
fucking badass, man.
dude.
And the spins and everything.
I don't do the spins yet.
Ah.
I gotta.
I'd be Les Claypool with the violin,
Yeah.
fucking.
No, yeah, and it's just a cool instrument.
Right.
It's just when I as a bass player, it was always like, well, if I want to make that sound, I want to make that sound.
Yeah.
You know?
You feel that it's like the rawest of the rhythm section where you get that kind of, you feel the bass more than you feel when you're playing like an electric bass.
Well, he's clearly the example that a bass and a drummer are both in a way percussionists.
Yeah, I mean, you feel that vibe.
Like,
you feel that vibe.
Yeah, man.
What was the first thing you ever listened to, or the first musician that ever had an impact on you, and why?
See, there's a lot. There's a lot at different stages, you know?
What's the earliest stage?
I think I really started listening to music at, excuse me, probably when I was 10 or 11. It was 4th grade, and that was like Led Zeppelin, Grateful Dead.
Wow. Oh my God, I love
bands
Led
like
Zeppelin
that,
growing
and
up,
it was
dude.
like, and then I just plunged into it, and then
No
when I was
shit.
12, it was
Awesome.
like my neighbor in front of me. I forget the dude's name is Jason. He used to just always have like weird shit. You know what I mean? Just weird albums and weird taste in music.
Sure.
And he made me a mix, and it had like Nirvana and Stone Temple Pilots, and you know.
Also like early 90s grunge kind of, yeah.
And I'm from there. It was like once I got a CD player and started buying shit, you just kind of start exploring.
Yeah, man.
Within whatever the record labels at the time allowed you to do.
Do you feel that
Not like
changed?
today.
Yeah, it's different now.
What's your honest take on
Yeah.
on
In
the
a lot
music
of
scene today? The
complex
way
ways,
that
yeah,
there's such
100%.
like outlet. Because so I've gotten recently. I was watching Saturday Night Live, and that girl Billie Eilish.
So good,
performed.
man.
And after the Grammys, there were a lot of comments about her being kind of influential in a way that we don't quite understand. And Dave Grohl came out and made comments about her being the new type of Nirvana for people that listen to that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that comment, he had to go back and re-explain because people ate him alive for the fact that he discredited Kurt Cobain and the guys in Nirvana, and whether you were in the first stage or second stage of Nirvana. But they were like, you know, this hit an audience. He's like, he had to go back and explain and say this kind of music affects a generation and resonates with a generation that you don't understand as a Nirvana fan. It's a whole different, it transcends that kind of shit. So the impact of that is what he was making a comment about, and that style of music is something that incorporates for the generation that you grew up listening to and the generation that you then generated to. Do you think that there's a complexity now that's a little bit more wide open in a way?
I think there's a lot that's different. You know what I mean? The internet just shook everything up.
Seriously.
Made new rules about everything.
Yeah.
You know? And I think we're all sort of scrambling to figure it out. You know?
Do you feel the older people are scrambling in a way to, and I have to ask this seriously as a musician.
That's not the way we did it when we were kids.
Well, yeah, that's what I actually mean. Like, so like when you go to perform or you go to say record an album or do something like that, you know, you want to put something out of your own material. How hard is it for you to kind of acclimate to? I see it all the time in terms of turning it into digital music and not selling hard copy music, cassettes, CDs, merchandise, where everybody wants it on Pandora, or they want to be able to access it. So the buying of actual merchandise, making money as a musician, where people could get picked off of YouTube or Vine or something like that and suddenly blow up and make millions of dollars, where there's really good music out there for things that are unique. Playing an upright bass is unique. That's not something that's, you know, playing hand pans is unique. Like those, that kind of stuff is things that aren't appreciated in a world where I could take a synthesizer on YouTube and put one weird dead beat on it and make a lot of money, but still have amazing impact with the lyrics that I write and the kind of music. Do you feel that there's an aspect of like traditional music writing and using of instruments that's kind of changed that dynamic, or that we're losing that?
Well, going back to what you were saying about people not buying CDs anymore, that's what's so cool about what's happening in Trenton with the basement bands and just that scene is that there's this community that they're all supporting each other.
Right.
Everyone comes to shows with merch, and everyone buys something. You know.
Right.
So I feel like on the small scale, it still is the way it used to be.
Right.
And maybe that's us just clinging to the good old days.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm okay with that, you know? But on the big picture, I don't know. Everything is just wild on the big picture, you know? When you're talking about movies, shows.
It's quite literally insane.
Wait, hold
And
on.
exciting,
Wait, hold on. I just want to point out something real quick about Rob. I don't know if you noticed it or not, but Rob definitely took the side of calling it a hand pan instead of a hang drum. So
You mean
way
he
to
called
pick
it
a
the
side.
right thing?
Yeah.
He called it the actual
You
right
actually,
term.
but I'm just saying you picked.
It is.
It happened in
It
front
is
of us
what
all.
it's supposed to be
You
called.
picked.
Yeah, that's
This guy latched on to some bullshit.
Yeah, that's some
already
bullshit.
done.
You're still, you went back. You went
Right,
back
right.
7.5 minutes after a poignant.
Just
I talked about the
just
show
saying.
having 4 episodes to go.
He's holding
Where-
on
and,
to
yet,
it.
and yet verified my decision of the terminology.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's.
I mean,
yeah. Way to fucking
Sure.
ruin the vibe.
Sure.
God
Sure.
damn it now.
Hand pan, hang
Hand
drum,
pan.
hang drum. That's another one.
No, it's not.
They're both
Hand drum
arguments.
is
This
They're arguments.
guy-
There's arguments to be had on both sides.
We're
God
sorry
damn it.
According to our
Everything
guest not too
next
long
to
ago,
this
the hang
rambling
drum
half-robot man.
was the the brand name,
Right.
right?
Right.
It was like
It's called a hand pan.
Yeah.
Yes,
the
it
hand
is.
pan. It's called a hand pan. Thank you, Stones. Thanks
It's
for
a fucking
intervening.
pan. You play with
Thanks.
your hands.
I thought I drank too many beers tonight, but apparently I'm holding my shit together. And
I got it
somebody is
together. I got it
not.
together.
Eh.
Look it up.
Look what up? You getting it together or the hand pan?
Go in the timeout room. Go in the timeout room. God. Where can people find you online? What should people be looking for you as we move forward?
Skelly Official on Facebook.
Okay.
And on Instagram, it's SSSS Kelly. 4 S's Kelly.
And what should people be expecting from you in the future?
I-
Because you're definitely
I
plugged
have-
into the Trenton scene. And one thing I wanted to add to that is we've had a lot of Trenton artists here. And you're totally
Hey,
right,
man.
man. He's wearing a fucking Gibby Stites fucking
Yeah,
shirt
but
right
he's
now,
not
man.
from Trenton.
He's not
Yeah,
from
but
Trenton,
I
but he's
brought it
plugged
off
into
a
that.
Trenton
He's
guy.
plugged into that crew. But like
I said, hey,
that crew is
got
so
this
fucking
shit. He's like,
supportive
yeah.
of everything underground, man. And like legitimately, dude.
Yeah.
So
there's- like, it's its own little ecosystem. You know.
100%, dude. So what should people be looking for you?
For me right now, everything, because I don't have a whole lot. I don't have any recordings. I don't have any videos, but that's all the things that other people have out there. Look for that in the next year.
Well, just so you know, man, like I said, she saw you play on the same, and contacted me like the same day that I saw you play.
Stop saying contact and reached out.
Yeah,
We worked
yeah.
together. It's really
Yeah.
weird.
I was at work.
She faxed him.
I was at work, and she sent me a message,
I sent him a
and it was
telegram.
right when I had seen something, and I was like, "Holy
Singing
shit!" And we
telegrams.
said, "Holy shit!" at the same time, and we were like, "We have to have this fucking
Tapped
guy,
it
man."
out
So
on
I
Morse
think
code.
I'm so glad that you're here.
Yeah, cool. No, I'm.
And you're gonna perform tonight. What are you gonna play?
2 original songs.
Okay, on guitar.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're gonna cut to our second break then, Matt. And when we come back, we were gonna have this place transformed into our performance space, and then we're gonna
Do it up.
Suspect.
I like
like
that.
that.
I hope
Oh,
you
yeah.
do that
Suspect.
every
Right
time.
bar.
Come on,
Two
hold on.
Thursdays.
Let him
Thursdays.
promote.
I'm throwing it
Let
out
him
there.
promote
Am I
himself.
still
Let him
on?
promote there.
Am I still on?
Go ahead, say it.
Hey,
Say
are we
it.
good?
Hey, yo.
Say it quick.
Suspect, 2 weeks from now, on the 20th of February, Brighton Bar. We're going to play 3 bands, in and out. Come in, hang out, check some good music out. Check us out on Suspect732 on Instagram. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Zang.
Bada bing.
Zang.
So this first new one is called Head Down. So it goes like this. Thanks. Thanks. Thanks.
Damn. So, you have been through a lot of shit in the last few years.
Yes.
And you've told me a lot of different stories about things that have happened to you and good things that have come of it.
Yeah.
And I'm curious if you would like to share any of that.
Okay, well, for the audience out there that doesn't know, I'm in remission from cancer. I've had 2 bouts now. Germ cell tumor or yolk sac tumor. Essentially, it's just a really sticky, nasty tumor that can form anywhere in your body. It's under the testicular family, but it has nothing really to do with like what people think of testicular cancer. I had a nasty mass got up to about the size of a softball on my heart and left lung a few years back. Another one a couple months later on my tailbone, which I still kind of have, but I'm in remission for now just over 3 years. But as a result of this terrible thing that happened to me, I met some amazing people, became a part of a couple different communities. One is called For Pete's Sake. I'm actually going to meet a bunch of them tomorrow night. We're going to a California pizza kitchen in the Christiana Mall at, I think it's in Newark or Christiana, Delaware, but it's the Christiana Mall there. CPK is doing a deal where if you bring in a flyer or show them, anything from the For Pete's Sake event, they're going to put 20% of the meal towards this organization. Now, what For Pete's Sake does is they send cancer patients and their caregivers and family on a vacation. They sent my wife and I to Davenport, Florida for a week, put us up in our own house alone.
Wow.
With someone to check in on us next door, so if we needed them, we can call. But the whole idea is to give you and your family a chance to reconnect and what they say, take a break from cancer. Their website's actually takeabreakfromcancer.org. But they sent us to Davenport, Florida. They sent families to Atlantic City, to the Poconos. If you have a passport, when you get nominated to go there, they can send you to Jamaica, to Cancun. They just want you to take some time with your family and not have to deal with doctors or infusions or any of that crap just for a week. And they've helped out, I believe, over 10,000 people at this point. Their goal for this fiscal year, 2019 into 2020, is 190 families. They formed about 20 years ago now when their founder, Marcy, and her husband, Pete, For Pete's Sake. Pete was diagnosed with cancer. He actually had my current oncologist, which I found out recently, which is pretty cool.
That's weird. That's crazy.
Unfortunately, Pete passed away, but in his honor, Marcy has been keeping this foundation going for 20 years and trying to help as many families as possible just take a break. I fully believe in them. I've been an advocate for them now for about 3 years. About 3 years. I speak to people about cancer, about opportunities for young adults. And, I talked about how all I wanted to do was play music when I was younger. Now all I want to do is help spread the message for opportunities for young adults facing cancer or other diseases, to find organizations like For Pete's Sake. Now there's another side to this too. I'm also repping First Descents. As you can see by everything I'm wearing here, their slogan is outliving it. I joke around that it's the exact opposite of For Pete's Sake. They don't want you to take a break from cancer. They want you to push yourself beyond your limits in spite of cancer. So we go surfing, we go rock climbing, ice climbing, kayaking, safaris, yoga, whatever challenge you want to take on, First Descents is there for you. It's called Challenge by Choice. So they don't push you to do anything you don't want to do. Feel like you can handle this, or even if you just want to see if you can handle it, First Descents offers you opportunities. They have helped, God, I think close to 15,000 people now.
Wow.
Since 2000. Next year is the 20th anniversary. They're trying to do a giant Wayne's World style festival in Colorado for all the people who have gone. It's basically like a giant gathering of people who have had cancer, still fighting cancer, or been touched by cancer in some way. There's going to be music, there's going to be art, there's going to be kayaking, rock climbing. It's just going to be a 3-day crazy festival and probably the largest gathering of people with cancer in the country. But I'm hoping to go this year. I'm trying to raise some money to do so. But I want to go back and just see my friends because they sent me out to Montana a few years ago with 19 other cancer patients. I spent a week in the middle of the wilderness learning how to kayak from, not kidding, the world record holder for waterfall drop. He
That's
still
a badass
holds.
motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
Here's the thing.
Big balls.
He set that record in 2007. He still holds the record.
Oh shit. Wow. Yeah,
It was like 190 some feet he jumped. He hit so hard it snapped his paddle in half.
You like bash into him with the fucking kayak, like, you gonna do it now? You gonna do it today?
I actually messed with him. Like, you know TJ Miller?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what he sounds like the guy from Deadpool?
Yeah.
This dude sounds exactly like TJ Miller. And I was messing with him. I was like, you sound exactly like TJ Miller. He's like, nah, dude. TJ Miller sounds like me. I'm like, that's something TJ Miller would say.
Are you sure you're not him?
Yeah. But he was really humble about it. He didn't mention it at all. It was one of the other instructors who told me about it. And I went back to the, I was actually sleeping in a yurt for the week.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
open air yurt for a week in Montana. But I went,
shit.
looked up on my phone, his video. I watched the drop. You can look it up. It's only like a 4-minute video, but you see him go and then drop and foam and seconds go by and he is not there. And then he casually paddles out with half a paddle and is perfectly fine.
Wow, holy shit, man.
And now he just goes around the world kayaking professionally, trying to break world records.
Damn.
But that's First Ascents. That's a person I got to meet, because I got cancer, but because there's a community out there for people like me. Right. So whether you want to take a break from cancer or whether you want to push yourself in spite of the cancer, there are organizations out there for you. There's other organizations that help do advocacy, like Fuck Cancer and Stupid Cancer. There's CancerCon, gatherings for people to get together to talk about what you're going through. I belong to communities online through First Amends, like local tributaries they call it, but people in the area I can get together with. I went to a rock climbing gym for the first time with these people probably about 6 months ago or so. That was hard. But we just get together, have a few hours of fun, go out to lunch after and talk. And we keep in touch online, but hopefully some of them can make it out next year to the Colorado thing. But if you know someone, actually, you do know someone out there. There is someone you talk to, or someone who you talk to's sibling, or cousin who has cancer, who's my age, who just could use a break in one way or another, or is just tired of, how are you? How are you feeling? They just want to know that despite having this, they can still go out there and set their, push their limits, really. I was joking that, when I went out there to kayak, I learned that I could no longer swim when I was on the river in the rapids.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
what a place to learn.
I had lost so much muscle mass from my cisplatin treatment that I could no longer.
And here comes this psychopath just fucking
doing backflips in the paddle,
half a paddle and shit.
When the kayak goes from this to this, and you're still going. All you can do is pull out and then just flail. But you know what? I wouldn't have known about this whole community if I didn't get cancer. And there's a lot of people out there who still don't know about this. So you guys, you know someone who could benefit from one of these two organizations. For Pete's sake, 24 to 55. Take a break from cancer. Want a challenge? 18 to 39 is First Ascents.
Wow.
Young adults with cancer, two different category, like definitions of what a young adult is, but great organizations out there, both for about 20 years, who are doing amazing things.
It sounds like good places to donate to too.
Yes, unlike Susan G. Komen,
That's what I was about to say.
who puts about 18% of their stuff back into research.
Right.
First Ascents, I just read their report from 2018, put 69% of all the money they took in back into these programs. And another, like, I think 17 or so percent was also in development for the programs too.
Wow.
Only $233,000 total dollars for that year went to administration and staff out of like 3.6 million or something.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. It's all out there on the website. They put everything out for their financials. You can see how many people they've helped. Same with For Pete's Sake.
Cool.
They do an open meeting. Anyone who wants to attend to listen to their financial meetings, you can come sit and listen how much they invest. So help someone out there. Just tell them to Google. Like, just look for young adult cancer organizations, young adult cancer opportunities, young adult cancer vacations. Just look on Google. There's something in your area.
I have two questions.
Yes.
One, what is something about cancer that you wish people knew around you?
That cancer doesn't end when you go into remission. Everyone likes to think, oh, you're better. Oh, things are easy now. I can't believe you beat that. I didn't beat cancer. Cancer is my life now. From the day I got diagnosed to the day I do die, I'm fighting cancer. The only way you can survive cancer is when something else kills you. And I'm not joking about that. You will always be in remission. You will always get scanxiety. That's what they, refer to it as, like your blood tests when you know you're coming up to it, your CAT scans. You feel like any moment you can relapse back into it. I've had to go to a therapist now for the first time in my life because, as I've been told, I have PTSD from cancer.
Sure.
Like, you don't think about that.
Hyper anxiety.
Like,
I think it's really sad that medical induced PTSD is like a really under researched part of PTSD. It's really only been in the past couple years that psychologists have said like this should be its own category. And it's like people with chronic illnesses and people with cancer and everything, they've known for years and years that PTSD can form from medical induced trauma, but the mental illness community, professionals have yet to really catch up to a point where like there's a lot of doctors that specialize specifically in PTSD for people that had it because of medical trauma.
I was, in my personal experience, I was first hospitalized in 2015, the day before Thanksgiving. I didn't get, I wasn't considered in remission officially until the Saturday before Election Day 2016. In that year span, actually less than a year, so that would be like around November 5th or 6th I was released. I was put in the hospital the day before Thanksgiving, which is let's say the fourth Wednesday of the month because it was the day before.
Sure.
So in less than a year's time, I spent 111 days either in a hospital or at a cancer center getting infusions, blood transfusions, or something related to my cancer. People don't know. I mean, Susan G. Komen's whole business is we're raising awareness about cancer, about breast cancer. Who doesn't know about breast cancer today?
Right.
Help us look into research. Help us look into better ways of increasing survival rates. But I didn't know before. I'm sorry, I'm wrapping back to your question.
That's okay.
I didn't know before I got cancer that once you're considered in remission, all that means is you don't have active tumor, like raised tumor markers today.
Right.
And that tomorrow I might, or next year I might. And for the rest of my life, I'm going to be thinking in the back of my head, what happens if I go for my next scan and it's there again? Can I make it through it a third time? What happens if I get that blood test result and my AFP markers are, normal range is 1 to 10, are in the 200s.
Right.
I mean, when I finally got diagnosed, it was over 2,400. But
damn,
there are people like me out there right now, and people like me, how I was struggling before I officially got diagnosed, who already have something wrong with them, but they're either too scared to get it checked out, or the doctor didn't take them seriously. Like in my case, they kept telling me, oh, it's a sports injury. Oh, you pulled a muscle. Oh, you slept wrong.
Well, could have presented that way. Yeah. They're just reading it off a script.
But they never wanted to listen when I said, no, something is really wrong. I can feel it inside. And there are people out there that just pass that off as like, oh, no, you're right. And then it wasn't until I started coughing up blood. Sorry to get that graphic with it.
No, of course.
Like I was literally coughing up blood. And then they're like, oh, we think you have an unruptured aneurysm. That's not it, but at least they got me into the hospital. Then I was told I had, I think, lymphoma next, which I didn't have.
They tend to overdiagnose lymphoma. I got a false lymphoma positive.
Well, they knew something was wrong, and it's very common though, and because it
presents itself in a lot.
It prevents itself in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. I had a very rare cancer, so it's not. I'm not going to blame the people in the ER for not knowing what this is. I mean, the oncologist didn't even quite know until it was sent out for a biopsy. But yeah, man, I'm rambling on this.
No, dude.
I just want people to know that cancer doesn't end the day someone goes in remission. That they're always going to spend their lives thinking about it. I'm on disability now as a result of my cancer and my treatment. I have severe peripheral neuropathy. I had to go to physical therapy for almost 7 months just learning to walk right again. I can't really... I mean, I'm trying to work right now, but it's a struggle. I'm taking a lot of medicines at the moment, and even more today of gabapentin than I did when I had cancer.
Right.
Just because trying to get to work and sit in a chair all day. Grams of gabapentin and a second medicine now to cope. So I'm spending all these times. I'm still going to doctors just about every month. I'm seeing my oncologist now every 6 months. Finally, I just got to the 6-month point, but it just never ends. I'm always going to a different doctor, just like when I had cancer. My cancer was active, I should say.
Yeah. Somebody talk to that microphone for me.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check. 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 Keep playing too. All right. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Good.
Is that how you're gonna sing?
Pretty much, yeah.
Can you do 10 seconds of a song?
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's not out of nowhere. You just told him to do it.
You put on your favorite mask, so I put on my favorite mask. Dance all night with a knife in each hand. See who gets the last laugh. Good.
We are good. Here you go. going to introduce you. Come on out, folks. Dude, this is phenomenal.
He's just back there breaking things. Dude, I just closed the curtain gap and you just opened the curtain gap.
I'm sorry. Sorry, everybody. We're just getting ready for a second. Give us 1 second.
Double check.
Oh my god, it's fucking perfect. Okay, here we go. So listen, everybody, I want to say thank you so much to Skelly for being here tonight. I know I'm getting uncomfortably close. I'm sorry about that.
all good.
And I want to say Awesome Talk Season 12, Episode 8 is an enormous success tonight. And if you want to find Awesome Talk, first off, you should hit like on the page and share the episode and all that other good shit. And, all that other stuff. I see what you're doing over there, and you can shut the fuck up with your bullshit. I see what you're doing, Pat. Pat's judging me. Now he's pretending to cough. I can see it. But anyway, everybody who watched, everybody who commented tonight and shared it, thank you so fucking much. Thank you to our sponsor, Nevermore-Designs.com. And Skelly is going to perform for us this evening. And thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you.
Maybe this is what it's like to be dead. Oh, baby, this is what it's like to be dead. You should have painted your face when you crawled out of bed. You're stuck in the cold with me instead. This is what it's like to be dead. This is what it's like when your world turns red. Drifting away with something you said. I'm drifting away with something I said now. Winter, twist the blade, winter, twist the blade. Winter, twist the blade. Go on, twist the blade. Come on, winter, twist the blade. I got all I want to be happy, and all I need to survive. It doesn't mean there's not a riot raging behind my eyes. The harder you try to be happy, the higher the wall you climb. I'd rather be dancing underneath the moonlit sky. I like to be dead. Well, this is why I like to go out of my head. 4 walls and the lid and the crippling sad. It's vicious and small, so I smile instead. Now this is why I like to be dead. Well, this is why I like the world to turn red. Drifting away with something you said. You're drifting away. Was it something I said now? Summer pull my braids. Summer pull my braids. Summer pull my braids. Come on, pull my braids. Come on, summer, pull my braids. Got all I want to be happy, and all I need to survive. Doesn't mean there's not a riot raging behind my eyes. The harder you try to be happy, the higher the wall you climb. I'll be outside dancing underneath the cardboard sky. Put on your favorite mask, so I put on my favorite mask. Dance all night with a knife in each hand, see who gets the last laugh. Such a clever disguise, but I can still see hell in your eyes. If I can just get this weight off my mind, suicide, you are wasting my time. Dragging me through the mud, just for a drop of your blood. I'd cut you down if it do any good. It's time to settle the score. The cemetery's so cold, I hope you find your way tonight. So cold, but that's okay, because we're dead by dawn. Oh, you know this game is growing old. I feel a chill run through my bones. Tonight your grave is empty. Oh, tonight you'll disappear. And I see your shadow in the breeze. But if you don't get out of my dreams, I swear you'll be the death of me. An impossible ghost, made of wet leaves and burnt toast. And it's you whose guts I hate the most. My spine shivers when you are near. You've been asleep for so long, I hope you find your grave tonight. So long, but that's okay, we say. Auf Wiedersehen. Oh, you know this game is growing old. I feel a chill run through my bones. Tonight your face is empty. Oh, tonight you're in the mirror. Thank you.
Fucking awesome. Thank you so much, man. Do you want to do one more?
Yeah, I'll do one more.
Everyone hear one more? Yeah. Let's do one more, please.
Cool.
That'd be amazing.
Temperature drops 10 degrees the moment you arrive. As half a dozen memories drift across my mind. Thought I locked the door behind me, path was well defined. 11 icy fingers just danced up and down my spine. Shadows of calamity, it takes too long to say no, but you're dripping with insanity and it makes my blood run cold. Crawling through this nest of spider webs and silhouettes. Won't you let me catch my breath? Sitting at the mirror, cause the curse should fit the crime. But face that's staring back at me's got someone else's eyes. Debilitating madness so deliberately devised. All the pieces fit now, I can taste the way you died. Casket chaos seizes me, I'm sinking like a stone. Thought I had the recipe, and I've never been so cold. Crawling through this web of sparrow nests and bayonets. Oh, won't you let me catch my breath? Crawling down the corridor, I'm scrambling down the stairs, looking for the exit, won't you let me out of here? Sitting in the tub now with the scarlet rivulets. The only exit I could find to catch my breath. Buenos noches. Buenos noches. Buenos noches. here. Buenos noches. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Skelly,
dude,
for
thank
being
you.
here tonight, man. You were
really
fucking
appreciate
awesome,
it.
dude. Thank you.
Thank you.
And again, thank you everybody for watching tonight and for sharing tonight. And thank you so much for performing tonight.
Yeah,
being our
my pleasure.
guest, man. Dude, we'll see you in 2 weeks. All right, man. Thanks, everybody. Boom, man. The host, you got to get me out of here because I don't know what to do to end, man. All right, awesome, dude. That was fucking great.
Thank
man.
you. Thank you.